It's the Orioles on Masson, a magnificent summer evening here at Camden Yards, and the White Sox are in for 4. The Orioles coming away with a victory last night 2-1. Just what you'd expect from the best offensive teams over the last 30 days. A low-scoring game. And Ray Miller throwing out the first pitch after his induction into the Orioles Hall of Fame, with Jeremy Guthrie coming out. Great ceremonies here, and welcome everybody. I'm Gary Thorne. The Orioles hope to continue the winning ways. They have won 4 in a row. A ball club that for much of the season had about everything go wrong. Over the last 4 games has had about everything go right, and there's a reason for that, and that's attention to detail. Take a look at the ball game last night and how it came down. The Orioles, Wigginton, third man up, first inning, base hit and a 1-0 lead. A batter interference call. Batter out, runner out. That was the end of the inning. A fine play at the plate. KOTSAY out. Go-ahead run. It would have been in the 7th. Koji out of the bullpen. Outstanding inning with a couple of strikeouts. Simone came on to finish it up. He would get the win. 2 innings, only 2 hits, and a tremendous start in the ball game for Brad Bergeson. The Orioles defensively, offensively, and then Jones in extra innings put it away. And for the second night in a row, the Orioles had won one in their last at bat with a walk-off hit. Jim Palmer, it has been fun. Last 4 games for the Oriole fans.
You know, and I think they're enjoying it too. I'm talking about the Orioles because I think they found in 4 games, number one, they know the formula. You know, get great starting pitching. They've averaged almost, 7 innings to start from their starters. They've got quality starts. Bullpen with a couple occasions been very good. And something they didn't do all year long, they're now getting the clutch hits. And last night, one of the keys played the Wigginton coming in, making a great play, cut off the potential go-ahead run. So they're learning under a new guy. And, you know, it is attention to detail, but it's like the principal now is your teacher. You know, your regular teacher's on maternity leave, and the principal's looking over the railing, and they are paying attention.
They are. We are happy to have Ben McDonald joining us for the ball game here tonight. Ben, you've had a chance to watch this ball club through the year and also to watch him here in the last 4 ball games. Your impressions of what you're seeing?
Well, it looks like a totally different ball club. I last saw you guys in May, and the Orioles weren't playing real well. But seeing the last 4 games, I tell you what, the Orioles are a completely different team. And you touched on it. Starting pitching was outstanding. Relief pitching was good last night. And the big clutch hitting has been coming through. I tell you what, good base running and even good defense. So it's a totally different ball club than I saw a couple of months ago.
Now I know what Bob Cousy felt like when he was standing there with Bill Russell on one side and Tommy Heinsohn on the other. So let me dug down a little bit. All right, we're ready to go as the Orioles take the field, see if they can make it 5 in a row. I'll be back with the Giants. I'll just be kind of moving the ball around a little bit. First pitch coming up. Baseball on Masson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. Great to have you with us. What a beautiful day it has been here in the Baltimore area. A beautiful night. Take a look at our train. Game time temperature 82 degrees and virtually no humidity and a little gentle breeze blowing out towards right field. Visit trainsearch.com to locate an independent train dealer near you. Hard to stop a train. Here's the starting lineup for the White Sox, presented by Southwest Airlines. It'll be Pierre, Vizquel, and Rios, KONERKO, Quinton, and KOTSAY, Ramirez, Pierzynski, and BECKHAM. A little different than last night. Pierre, 13-game streak.
And our PNC scouting report on Kevin MILLWOOD and what he needs to do to achieve success tonight. First inning blues. That's Louisiana style. 34 runs, 3 in his last start. That's not the way you want to pitch. He's been soxed, even though he's pitched well. The lifetime record at 1-5, and again tied for the home run lead in the American League. So it's been home run derby. 16 of them here, 23 on the year. Pitched very well early. It's been a struggle lately. Boy, he would like to, and maybe tonight because of the ceremonies, he got in here early, so this is not your typical way of starting the first game. Maybe he'll be able to escape trouble in the first.
We'll see. He came in at the regular time, but with the ceremony running over, it means he sat in the dugout for about 8 to 10 minutes, longer than he would have been. So this is a new routine.
Well, hopefully it's something that's going to work for him, because he has struggled as of late, giving up a lot of runs in the first inning. And, of course, I think the first inning's going to dictate this ball game, especially for MILLWOOD. If he can go out and put a goose egg up there in the first inning, I think that's going to allow him to relax a little bit. Big comfort factor with Buck Showalter over there, who he played with in Texas. So hopefully he'll get it turned around. 4
quality starts for the Orioles in a row, which is the first time that has happened this season. The starters during this 4-0 streak have won 2 games and have an ERA of 2.28. Here is Pierre. MILLWOOD is ready, and we are underway. Pitch will be taken down low. Pierre had a 1-for-5 in the ball game last night, continued his hit streak to 13 games, and he is Major League Baseball's steal leader at the moment. And there's what he does a lot of. It is going to roll foul. 1 ball, 1 strikeout. Pierre will come back almost as he tried to drag that one down the line.
Yeah, they play him very shallow, so the count's very important, because if Kevin gets behind him, he leads the American League in steals with 41. You don't want to walk him, so it's important. And I think also when you get to be 35 in your pitching, take another look right here, already 8 bunt hits, 28 infield variety. So everybody's playing in. And again, you get an idea out of the box how quick he is. And you want him to put the ball in play, because you don't. A single could be a double or a triple because of his speed. He can steal with the best of them.
Isaac Gann, the White Sox manager, his team did not lose any ground last night. Game and a half ahead of the Twins, who also lost yesterday. And MILLWOOD's pitch is inside for a ball, and a 2-ball, 1 strike count on Pierre.
Seems like MILLWOOD, early in the year when he was having success, Jim, he was getting ahead in the count a lot. It was strike 1, strike 2. Seems as of late when he's been struggling, he's been behind in the count a lot, like he is right here. Here we go, first batter of the game. He's 3-1. So he needs to get ahead early. Fastball looks the same to me. The breaking ball is good. The changeup, he's just pitching it behind in the count a little bit too much.
Yeah, and we know what that happens.
Yeah.
We lived that story, didn't we?
Too many times.
Yeah, 34 first inning runs off MILLWOOD on the season, with an incredible 14+ ERA in the first inning. And not what he wanted to do. So the first batter, and it's the speedster, Pierre, is on.
Yeah, well, Buck Showalter, he talked to Earl Weaver, and Earl didn't like walks, no way to defensive. But if you do let him hit the ball, PA in left, Jones in center, Markakis in right, Bellis, Turris, Roberts, and Wigington. That is the infield, and then Matt Wieters behind the plate.
Now we'll see how the White Sox will play this. Omar Vizquel came in late in the ball game last night, starting at third base in this one. Switch hitter with a 3-game hit streak. Josh Bell will play just a step in on the grass at third base, try and take the bunt away from Vizquel. Vizquel, 293, a homer, 21 RBIs, switch hitter, 233 right-handed, 304 left, and he showed bunt and will take it up high. This is where it gets difficult with any good running ball club, and this White Sox team can run, and they have hitters who can handle the bat.
No doubt about it. Tough inning for MILLWOOD. You come in, different bullpen mound. You come in, trying to get ahead. You walk the first guy. Vizquel's up now, just trying to get ahead, hopefully getting a ground ball if he can. But tough situation for MILLWOOD, especially with his early first inning woes.
And Vizquel on the season has grounded into only 3 ground ball double plays. He's just having a tremendous season, and one of the reasons the White Sox are where they are.
Yeah, well, he's 43 years old too. April 15th turned 43, and 11 straight Gold Gloves. I said, "Who's older, you or Ozzie?" He said, "No, actually, Ozzie's 3 years older."
Not much.
The way he ran out the pinch run last night, you would have thought he's about 28.
And he'll take the pitch inside, and MILLWOOD falls behind on him 2-1.
Well, Jerry Crawford, if he's not going to give him that pitch, and you're already a little bit wild, it might be a long night.
Crew chief is the home plate umpire for this one. Pierre's made no attempt to go at first base yet. The delivery, and for some reason went after that. It is a foul ball. Vizquel slammed his hand on the bat after that awkward swing, questioning himself. 2-2.
Yeah, he's trying to get a strike to hit, and then he chases up into the zone. And that's what Kevin MILLWOOD, and this is the point that you made, Ben, if he can get ahead, then he can go out of the zone and be successful. That's pretty much the way he's made his living in his career.
Yeah, expand the zone, throw his breaking ball, mixing his changeup. And boy, it's tough when you're behind. He's doing a nice job over there holding Pierre on. He's varying his moves. You see him come set and quick pitch one time, then he'll slide step, then he'll hold the ball a couple times. So he's trying not to let Pierre get a good read on him to steal that bag.
2-ball, 2-strike count on Vizquel. Get that big hole between first and second with a runner. And again, MILLWOOD. And this is part of the problem that's created when you get this leadoff man on who can steal. Now attention divided and all these extra tosses.
Yeah, the 2 guys in Rios back in the lineup, so they have their 2 major guys that can steal tonight. Pierre plays about every night, and Rios does too when he's healthy.
2-ball, 2-strike delivery. Runner not going. Throw down. And back into the bag is Pierre.
But see, these are all the things, you make a great point, Gary, that you don't want to do. You know, you look at the lineup and you go out to the bullpen and you say, boy, if I can keep Pierre off, these things aren't going to happen. I mean, again, this is a great snap throw, nice snap tag, but boy, the minute he gets on, the whole pace of the game, the rhythm of the game changes, and that's what speed does.
Yeah, and it wasn't like he was trying to fool Pierre the first batter. I mean, he threw him all fastballs, just unfortunately couldn't throw enough strikes.
Now he's got a 3-2. See if he's running here. MILLWOOD, the long set, runner goes. Vizquel will foul that one back into the seats. Omar Vizquel, his coming into the game as a regular third baseman coincided with the great run the White Sox have been on, and many around the White Sox say that is not an accident. Mark Teahan, the third baseman, went down with an injury. He's still out. He's on rehab. So Vizquel's been playing regularly. He has really shored up the defense all the way around, and he's provided some solid offense. Runner going again, and again Vizquel will fight it off, and MILLWOOD really having to battle here, and only the first 2 hitters up. Here you see over the last 10 days, Vizquel is second in the American League in batting average with that .444 number. He is now 49th all-time in hits, chasing Andre Dawson, who is next ahead of him.
Yeah, Dawson just, of course, getting in the Hall of Fame a couple of weekends ago.
3-2. Pierre's been going. He does again, and this one's going to be popped up in the air, third base. Bell in foul territory will make the play. Pierre back. And MILLWOOD wins that one against Vizquel.
Yeah, but they're winning the battle because that's 13 pitches to get one out. And that's, of course, what you want. The guy in his mid-30s, even though, as you mentioned, it's a perfect night to pitch. Relatively low humidity. You don't usually get that in Baltimore this time of year.
And give MILLWOOD a lot of credit. I mean, that was a 3-2 slider right there. He got the first breaking ball tonight, and he had the confidence enough to throw it 3-2, even with Pierre at first base and nobody out.
Alex Rios coming up. Rios is having a tremendous year, but he's playing with a sore wrist right now and was held out of the game last night. He's only had 4 hits in his last 34 at-bats, but still hitting .295. And he said, look, it's just one of those things I'm going to have to play through now at this point of the year in a pennant race. I can't afford to be out of the lineup. Don't want to be, but the wrist is not 100%. MILLWOOD 1-0 count. Pierre still on at first. Rios back in center field after not playing last night. And again, MILLWOOD throws over to get Pierre leaning back.
Well, Greg Walker's the hitting instructor with the White Sox. And again, you talked about this last night. This is the second game all year they faced the White Sox. And he's completely changed his stance. You know, he used to be spread out as he is, but his hands were never this low, and it's working.
That's some of the lowest hands I have ever seen a hitter use.
Well, you know who had it? It was Eric Davis. And, you know, Rick Downs was a hitting instructor back then. And there's Greg Walker, who's, you know, he said he's happy now, boy, because over the last 52 games, they're scoring over 5 runs a game and hitting over, 333 with runners in scoring position.
1 ball, 1 strike delivery by MILLWOOD. That's a little bloop to right field. That could be a problem. Marquez coming. Will make the catch. Good play. Rios retired on a long run for Nick in right field.
But what Rick Down was saying about Eric Davis, and this could be a terrific play, was it's a hitch if you're not hitting, and if you are hitting. And again, the big play last night, Wiggins and then Marquez off the bat of PIERZYNSKI over his shoulder in deep right field in a 1-1 ball game. So you want to pitch well, at least I found this, Ben. It's nice to throw the leather at him, isn't it?
Yeah, very nice.
Now there are 2 down, so MILLWOOD's got the opportunity to get out of the inning, but he's got to get KONERKO. KONERKO's got a 4-game hit streak. And the pitch will be on the outside corner for a strike. KONERKO last night had a 2 for 4 in the opener of the series. He is wielding a very hot bat and a very good season for him. And he, too, a primary reason that the White Sox are in playoff contention. Here's the 0-1 delivery to him. And that'll miss. KONERKO is 2nd in home runs in the league. He is 8th in RBIs and 5th in slugging percentage.
See right there what he's done to MILLWOOD over the years, too. 417 might be why MILLWOOD's going to really mix it up and be awfully careful with KONERKO. 417, couple of homers.
That one grounded towards the hole. Bell will cut it off, force it second, and that's a big inning. MILLWOOD works his way out of it. He does not give anything up, even though the leadoff batter got on. Southwest Airlines for the O's. Roberts, Marquez, and Wiggins, and Scott Jones and PA. Wieders, Asturis, and Bell. Nick, his first 4-hit game of the season came last night.
And the PNC pitching scouting report on Gavin FLOYD and what he needs to do to be successful tonight. Lights out. He has been the best pitcher in baseball the last 2 months. His last 11 starts pitching to a 1.06 ERA. The long ball may or may not be a factor tonight. FLOYD 0 home runs in his last 11 starts. MILLWOOD's given up 13. And of course, you might ask, why does Gavin FLOYD only have a 7-8 record? Well, only 3.93 runs per game of run support. That is the 7th lowest in the American League this year.
Boy, is he on the money or what? I mean, he has been virtually unhittable now since the 1st of June.
Yeah, and in 10 of those last 11 starts, he's given up 0 or only 1 earned run in 10 of those last 11. So that's just an amazing run he's got going right now.
No, he's a big guy. You know, he comes out of Mount St. Joe High School, lived across the street from Mark Teixeira, got $4.2 million assigned, but now with the White Sox, with the Phillies.
Again, Roberts will foul that one away. Brian with a 3-game hit streak coming in. He went 2 for 4 in the ball game last night, and since coming off the DL, you see the difference he's made. 317, 3 doubles, 2 stolen bases. He wasn't happy with the way he was fielding ground balls. Last couple of games, there have been a couple that he normally would have handled, didn't. So 4 o'clock today, he was out at second base taking ground balls. Down to third, and Vizquel towards the line hauls it in.
Well, all the 11 Gold Gloves are over at shortstop, but right here, the same skills. Get the feet set, and right there, just a routine line drive. Take a look at the other defenders. Pierre Rios and Quentin. Quentin, some good plays last night. Vizquel at third. Ramirez, who's leading the league in percentages, and terrific job. Beckham, the second-year player at second base. KONERKO, and then AT BAL, the veteran behind the plate.
And that pitch will be taken by Nick Markakis. Nick continues in this number 2 spot. He's got a 3-game hit streak. His first 4-hit ball game of the season last night. He went 4 for 5. And Gavin Floyd's pitch is going to be taken, and the count will go to 2-0. So Nick continues to hit the ball well. He is 2 for 8 with a home run lifetime off the 27-year-old right-hander Gavin Floyd. Here's the 2-0 delivery to Markakis. Floyd has a distinct mark in this season where everything turned around.
Yeah, again, a big guy at 6'6", and I guess, Ben, you're 6'7", 8"?
You're 6'7", yeah.
So you can tell what it's like to have to get over that front side, and when he does, of course, the stuff moving all over the place.
So the walk surrendered, the 41st walk in 137 innings. On June 2nd at Texas, he worked 2 2/3 innings and gave up 6 runs on 8 hits. That was on June 2nd in Texas. Since then, in the 11 games he's pitched, he has given up 45 hits in 62 innings, 14 walks, 52 strikeouts. His ERA has been 1.74, and his number of base runners on, walks, hits per innings pitched, .95.
Well, he's got all the pitches. I mean, watch him pitch. He's got an electric fastball. See the good movement on that 2-seamer right there. That's at 93 miles an hour. But those are cut fastball, got an overhand breaking ball, a slider, and a changeup. So he's got 4 or 5 pitches that he can throw at the opponents, and he has just been electric the last 11 starts.
Ty Wigginton, 3-game hit streak for Wigginton, runner at first and 1 away. And Wigginton will take it up high for a ball. For Ty, he continues to be a force. First 3 got on in the ball game last night. Wigginton 5 for 14 during the streak. He got the first RBI in the ball game last night. And it continues to provide some power. He's been moved into the number 3 spot by Buck Showalter. 1-1 delivery on the way. Chases one away. Doubles leaders. There's Wigginton ahead of Scott and Jones, Markakis, and Tejada.
That was a good slider right there by Floyd. Wigginton swung through that one.
A lot of family on hand and friends to watch Floyd from the Annapolis area. Taken down low, gets stop made by Pierzynski and holds the runner, and a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
And the one thing, AJ behind the plate throws out about 30% of the runners, and Floyd, they've only attempted 8 stolen bases all year long. I mean, they've been successful 5 of those times, but at 6'6", he just kind of slide steps. Not much of a leg kick, which is sometimes, I guess, that would get you out of sorts a little bit, but apparently it hasn't over the last 11 starts.
Yeah, I used to hate to have to slide step, but I mean, it's part of the game. You have to do it. Back when I was pitching to the Kenny Loftons and the Ricky Hendersons of the world, and you just couldn't have the big high leg kick.
Good off-speed delivery right there. There's his first strikeout.
Now take a look right there. Starts it on the outside corner, and then the good slider. You don't pick it up. Again, that's just pretty much direct to the plate over his front thing, and the ball just keeps going away. And then when you're 6'6", and you throw downhill, you have that good tilt. Tough to hit it.
So Luke Scott stands in. Orioles home run hitter, and at 289 overall on the season. He is really pumping the numbers up. Luke had a 2 for 4 in the ball game last night, the opener of this 4-game set, and now has a 5-game hit streak. He'll foul that one back. For Luke in the DH role, he's closing in on some of the best numbers ever by an Orioles designated hitter in a single season. You see what he's done since the All-Star break that's pumped those numbers up. His batting average of .312 is now the 5th best all-time by an Orioles DH, following Eric Davis, Harold Baines, Eddie Murray, and Baines again in single-season average numbers. 0-1 delivery to Scott. He will take that inside. 1-1.
Yeah, he's again, saw you guys in May, boy, and I tell you what, Scott was struggling. He really was. Didn't look pulling off the ball a lot, but boy, he's changed, really turned it around since the All-Star break, keeping his front shoulder in there, having some good swings, even against left-handers now.
And as a result, in that cleanup spot now, runner at first, Markakis. There are 2 down. Here's the 1-1 delivery, and Floyd will miss away with that. And 2-1. Well, talking to Butchowall today about the lineup positions. He loves Markakis up top. He says, I just think his ability to handle the bat, move the ball around, gives us a little extra option if we get a man on. So I bat him second. Said Wigginton's got that power. You want to get him up as often as you can. And Luke's got your hope for those RBIs in that cleanup spot with a long ball. And again, throttle back.
Never one of those breaking balls.
You know, what the scouting report is, he'll throw it any time. And once you, and they know that. It's just, can you see it? And the good slider, it looks like a fastball, and you don't see the spin because it's so tight, and it just moves enough. And
yeah, and then on top of that, he's throwing 2 different breaking balls. We've seen one kind of going like 12-6 kind of breakthrough, and that one's kind of going more across like a slider. So he's already shown him 2 different breaking balls here in the first inning.
2-ball, 2-strike count on Scott. And Luke will go on the one that comes in. So a couple of strikeouts for Floyd. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on. 1 complete on our Saturday night at the ballpark. To you by Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. And by 5 Hour Energy. Hours of energy now. No 2:30 feeling later. Visit 5hourenergy.com. Carlos Quentin will lead it off in a scoreless ball game. Quentin 3 for 7 lifetime off Millwood. 1 hopper. There's Torres. That's all you can do with that ball, and he got it.
Well, the gifted shortstops, and Vizquel, of course, playing third tonight, they don't overreact. They just let the ball, and they have such soft hands. They just kind of cradle it. I saw Brooks Robinson today in an autograph session here, the National Conventions here, and of course, when Brooksy, you just get soft. Ball comes to you.
And his Torres can do that.
No, can he ever?
Kevin Millwood gets the easy out. Millwood, no runs first inning, first time. 5 starts, and that's psychologically as well as scoreboard-wise important for Kevin. Here's Mark KOTSAY. And there's no question that Butch Showalter, asked him today, I said, are the starters feeding off one another? And he said, I sure hope so. He says the next guy that comes along wants to do what the guy in front of him did, that pitches well or better, which right now is a pretty high standard, and this will be for Millwood. He'll round out through the rotation with Showalter as the manager, as the 5th guy since Buck took over.
Yeah, and Ferguson, you're seeing Brad right there. That's back-to-back good games. Really, Arrieta pitched the best game of his career the other night against the Angels.
Mike Kotsay will lift it in the air down the line, foul ball.
Guthrie was very good. Mattis, 6 innings, 1 run. So you'll see Guthrie tomorrow, and then I think Mattis on Monday. On a little bit more formidable club, at least on paper, the way they've been playing. By the time you go 38-14 over 52 games, which is what you're talking about, you got it going. And that's what the White Sox have done.
Best record in baseball since June 9. Mike Kotsay late on that, a half a swing that he sends into the seats, and a 1-ball 2-strike count.
Well, Ben, we were talking about the pitches he got to hit last night. Ferguson didn't make a lot of mistakes, but he got a couple balls, a slider and a fastball down to Kotsay, and he just dropped the bat on it.
Left-handed. Put the bat right on it and hit it a long way.
Yeah, double and triple.
7 hits in his last 18 at-bats for Kotsay. The 1-2 delivery will be in the air to short. Here's Turris, and they're 2 down. Tomorrow, members of the Junior Orioles Dugout Club, presented by Chick-fil-A, get to use their extra ticket voucher to redeem a free game ticket. You can also run the bases after the ball game. Family and friends get tickets for only $6. To find out more about the Junior Orioles Dugout Club, 888-848-BIRD, Orioles.com, or stop by your nearest Baltimore area Chick-fil-A. Eat more chicken. 2 down. Here's Ramirez.
Saw Wade Boggs today. Speaking of eating more
chicken.
Yeah. Ate chicken every. He's in the Hall of Fame. What do you have? 3,200 hits? That's a lot of chicken.
A bunch of them. Yeah. Chicken every day.
1-0 delivery.
Oh, you must have faced him a lot.
Faced him a good bit. Yes. I did try to throw it down the middle because it seemed like every time I made a good pitch to Boggs, he lifted it out there or stuck out there for a base hit. So I just started throwing it right down the middle of the plate to hit it right to somebody.
That's how you do it.
He was tough.
Not superstitious.
Yeah, I wonder if he ate chicken in the off season too every day.
Probably not.
Here's the 2-0 delivery. Probably never ate chicken in the off season. And a 3-0 count from Millwood on ALEXEI Ramirez. Ramirez at short. 1 for 4 in the ball game last night.
Yeah, you look.
Millwood 1-5 lifetime against the Chicago White Sox, but a very good ERA. He's pitched well against them, 3.30 in his 10 career starts. Doesn't have the wins to show for it, though. 3-1.
Man, that's what happened to him early in the year. I mean, totally the run support. We talked about how Gavin Floyd doesn't get runs. Millwood, 84 runs in his 21 starts. That's 4 a game. But while he's in the game, it's 2.3 runs.
Right, and it's hard to win ball games with that few run support. It really is. And even a veteran guy, Jim, you know this, it starts to play on you after a while. You go out and you throw up good quality starts one after the other like he did early in the year, and he wasn't getting anything to show for it. And of course, you start trying to do even a little bit more, and you don't have to. You know, you just got to wait for the run support to turn around.
Ramirez trying to push a bunt down to first base. Takes the count full now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 down, nobody on, and Ramirez will foul that one away. Clear sky, 82 degrees. A little breeze has switched, blowing out a bit to center now rather than towards right field. This is one of the best nights we have had this summer here at Camden Yards. It's glorious. Ramirez with a 3-2. And he'll chop that one to short. Could be in his Turris inning. It isn't. A little throw hop that took a little too long, and with the speed of Ramirez, he gets there ahead of the throw.
Yeah, I think he shaded up the middle, so he has to come to his right and come in. You know, again, the grass slow here, so right there, pretty casual. And that little casual there, it took his time, and this is the difference. Right there. I mean, that you can't do that because Ramirez can run.
It almost looks like he forgot who was running, as Torres, you know, because he really came up with a little crow hop right there.
And then the throw wasn't good.
So that will extend the inning and give the at-bat to Pierzynski. Pierzynski had an 0 for 4 in the ball game last night. He has not been hitting 1 hit in his last 17 at-bats. And the throw over to get Ramirez back to the bag. Now Ramirez does have speed. See whether or not they want to put him in motion here. He's 7 out of 13 stealing bases.
And Millwood pretty attentive. Again, all these starts and only 9 attempts all year long. And a lot of it has to do with they haven't had to run, at least lately, because they've been scoring a bunch of runs off him.
A really good lead. Ramirez walked off on that last one.
But what they time is how quickly you get the ball once you start your delivery to Matt Wieters. And if it's under 1-3-3, you better get a big lead. And if your catcher's under, around to 1-9, 2 seconds, you got a chance.
That's going to be a base hit into left field. PA. Ramirez makes a turn, but he'll stay. So the inability to get that out not only extends it to another batter, but another couple back-to-back singles here in the second inning, 2 on. And it brings up the number 9 hitter, but be thee not fooled. This number 9 hitter hitting .251, 6 home runs and 36 RBIs, and he's one of the hot hitters in their lineup. He ended up with a 2 for 3 in the ballgame last night. Started out with that 196 average through May. Since then, he's hitting .299 and has 26 RBIs.
Yeah, how about your last 23 games when you're almost hitting 400?
Yeah, he's hot.
And what, last night, the home run on a 2-1 pitch. 0-2, yeah, 0-2. Simone tried to throw a fastball by him, hit a double into the corner.
He's done even better with runners in scoring position at 286. Started at third base, has been moved over to second base. Has jokingly been told by his teammates to bring his catcher's equipment to spring training next year. That's in the air right at Markakis. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 are left on base. Bottom of the second coming up, no score.
Maryland native Gavin Floyd doesn't just warm up in the bullpen, he actually starts to make adjustments, and he said that's one of the reasons for his recent success. He comes out on the mound in that first pitch, he's really ready to attack the hitters. Now Nick Markakis told me the key to facing Floyd is to really see the ball well out of his hand, because he said he can tend to have a short arm and the ball will come at you and be off on you really quick with a lot of movement. He also mentioned that curveball that Ben McDonald was talking about. He said he'll throw that with 2 strikes on you, really trying to get the put-away pitch there, so you have to be aware of that as well. But Nick said this should be fun. Offensively, we've been on. He's been on the mound. It's going to be a good matchup. Gary?
Amber, absolutely right. I mean, the Orioles have been hitting the baseball, as we said, during this 4-game win streak that they are on. They have been red hot. That is a foul ball. That just missed. And he'll come back. Jones thought he might have had one right over the bag that time, but not quite.
Well, here's your angle. Boy. And
no, it's foul, yeah. Yep. 2-seam fastball. Gavin gets in there a little bit. Boy, Jones pulled it, but just missed it.
Adam, of course, has been one of the Orioles' hot hitters. He has a 3-game hit streak coming into the ball game, now up to 276 on the season. Shows bunt, breaking ball that didn't, will just hang in on him. For him last night, came away with a 1 for 5. Last 6 games, the numbers, and of course the game winner. He and Asturis have had the game-winning walk-off hits in the last 2. That one in the air to left field. It is way back, and goodbye, home run, Adam Jones. And the Orioles lead it 1-0.
I don't know if he was looking for that or not, but there's that breaking ball that he struck out. Wigginton and Scott on, but I tell you what, Adam Jones certainly didn't miss it.
Now, the one thing about the slider, it speeds up the bat if you get it in the middle of the plate. So the two-seamer down and in, he pulls foul right on time on this slider, 1-0.
And that wasn't a terrible pitch. You saw it in the K zone right there, in the strike zone down at the bottom part on the outer third of the plate. But, well, I tell you what, Jones just might have been looking for it, and he didn't miss it.
PA trying to get one right there. State Farm will donate $100 to the Wounded Warrior Project for every home run hit by the Orioles in the second half of the season. For Adam Jones, that is going to be number 16. He's got 45 RBIs, and that is the first home run given up by Gavin Floyd in the last 12 games. He had a streak going where he was not surrendering home runs, 11 starts, and 77 1/3 innings. The longest streak of his career ended right there on that Jones home run.
Yeah, and a lot of it has to do, and you always look at the numbers. I mean, he came in with 210 grounders, 109 fly balls. So right here, another breaking ball, and right off the hoof for Felix.
PA with the 0 for 4 last night. And that one is going to miss down low.
Where's that pitch?
I mean, that ball's right down the middle.
I mean, if that's not a strike, I've never seen one. I mean, I don't know how you...
Well, Jerry, I tell you, Jerry Crawford's probably missed, and he's looking right now going...
Yeah, he's shaking his head. I think that was a strike.
There's probably 3 or 4 already.
I mean, look at this.
Yeah, that's pretty much down the chute.
Yeah.
2-ball, 2-strike count. This has not been a good week for umpires. Video replays have pointed out a number of blown calls, if you will, mistakes. It always has been part of the game, but this video thing's becoming ever more serious and more talked about because every single mistake that's made now ends up being played and replayed and re-replayed. Now we'll see in the offseason whether anything happens with that.
Well, there are some tough calls out there. Unfortunately for him, that wasn't one of them.
Yeah. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Gavin Floyd's delivery. PA will hit it to short. Ramirez. And there's the first out of the inning. One away here in the second. Extend your weekend into Monday as the Orioles are going to close out the homestand with these White Sox in a 7:05 Monday game. Spend a summer night here at Camden Yards. 888-848-BIRD or Orioles.com for ticket information.
Yeah, what's so great about the White Sox, again, new manager, Buck Showalter, is that you get to say, how do my pitchers match up with theirs? And, Burley's going to pitch tomorrow. Guthrie's pitched, 4 straight great games. Mattis is coming off one. He's going to face Edwin Jackson, who won his first debut after he came over from Arizona. He's throwing 98 miles per hour already with a no-hitter, 149-pitch no-hitter. So if you're going to come out, this is the future. Can your starters keep you in the game? They've done it the last 4 times.
Matt Wieters now. Wieters with an 0 for 4 in the ball game last night. Orioles trying to get a 5-game win streak under their belt if they can take game 2 here against the White Sox. The 1-1 delivery on the way. That's up high. And regarding the umpiring and video, let's check in with Amber.
Well, Gary, I was talking to one of the umpire supervisors in the press box, and he brought up a good point. You look at last night's play with Felix Piet's single. The question is, let's say they do review that call and they determine it to be a single and not a catch. What if there's runners on base? How do you determine where the runners would have ended up? Do you give them one base? What if a runner's on second? Would they have made it home? Would they have been a play at the plate? That's part of the debate with this video replay, Gary.
Yeah, it is, and it's a legitimate one, but there are other situations where the umpires have to do just that and make discretionary calls on where a base runner was likely to have gone. So you really, you do that, you get the call right, and then you have to go back to the discretionary decision of the umpires to where the runners should end up, because there's really no other way to handle that.
You're right. And then, of course, there was nobody on last night. But if there was, you would be holding up anyway because you wouldn't know. So the obvious thing you would get one base. You know, like you're alluding to, a ball down the line. It's not going to be a double, but somebody reaches over, you place the runners. They just have to work a little bit harder.
Well, yeah, true. I mean, there would be an extra decision that they would have to be aware of in advance. And a strike in the outside corner, so Floyd gets his third strikeout, 2 down here in the second.
So even here, Jerry Crawford's going to give him a ball pretty much on the white chalk line.
Yeah, that ball a little off the plate. See Crawford loosening up maybe just a little bit. He's been pretty tight so far.
Now there are 2 down. And here's his Torres looking for hit number 1,000. He's got a 6-game hit streak going. And 2 nights ago, hit number 999 indeed produced some Oriole magic. It was the game winner in the bottom half of the 9th inning. He is a really liked player. I mean, there are some guys that teammates just kind of have a real feel for. He's very quiet, says very little, plays hard, goes about his business. And teammates just love him. I mean, they really, when he got that, you could just sense in the players the joy for him that they had when they celebrated after the game.
Hard worker, yeah, goes out and plays every day. So much fun to watch defensively, just makes all the plays.
He'll chop that one towards second base. Beckham's got it. So the Orioles get the lead as Adam Jones led it off. And after 11 games without surrendering a homer, Floyd had that ended, and the Orioles have a 1-0 lead. For our AT&T Mobility Trivia question, what is the MLB record for consecutive wins to start a managerial career with a new team?
I have no idea.
Well, but make a guess.
I'm going to guess 7.
You're an honest man.
Okay, consecutive wins to start a managerial career. I'm going to go 11.
11. So I'll split the difference, 8.5.
Oh, the price is right again. Oh, you did what I did.
And you win the refrigerator. Joe
13.
Torre, 13.
I win again. I'm closest.
Closest without going over.
That's right.
You've adopted these Price is Right rules right down the line lately.
Well, you split the middle.
Well, I did.
Doing exactly the same
You're
thing.
the last one on the Price is Right. Don't you always take the number in the middle?
You should.
See?
But that doesn't always happen.
Well, I know. It doesn't always work, obviously.
He's probably reading. He has all the questions.
No, I make them up.
No,
I'm not reading
like
them.
Billy Ripken used to do. He used to play Jeopardy when we were out on the West Coast. He'd call back home to Baltimore because Jeopardy came on 2 hours earlier. But he'd get all the answers. And then in the middle of the pregame, they'd take an infield out there. We'd sit there and watch Jeopardy, and Billy would call out all the answers, and we never could figure out because he wasn't that smart in Baltimore, but he was real smart on the West Coast. Well, he had all the answers. And he used to bet people.
I like it. I like it. That's a good thing right there. Juan Pierre, the leadoff batter, is up. You can be sure he won't find all the answers in this booth.
Well, I finally figured him out. I got him decisive, Billy. You're really not that smart. Tell me what's going on. I said, I get all the answers from back home. I call home and get all the answers. I said, okay. Makes sense.
2-2 delivery, and MILLWOOD will miss inside in a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, see, those are the big pitches because, again, if you know what's going on behind home plate tonight, you don't know if you're going to get a strike call to strike at this point. And you try to come up and in, you miss. Now it's going to be at least 6 pitches to get Pierre out of.
3-2 delivery to him, down to third. Got to hustle this one. Bell, nice stop. Big arm, got him.
Well, you're not talking to Mike Bordick, who has been working all year long in the minor leagues, and he said Josh Bell has come a long way. See the feet get set? Early on, he would have one foot in front of his other, really did not get any kind of jump. The footwork wasn't very good. He's got a strong throwing arm. So, again, I mean, this is what this year has been for him. Comes over in the George Sherrill trade. A lot of people kind of second-guessing that, but you need some power in your minor league in minor leagues, I guess, and he's really worked hard on his defense.
Big first out right there. Here's Omar Vizquel. He popped out his first time up. 1 down, 1-0 Orioles lead. He tries to drag one. Well, we're talking about managers' wins, of course. Buck Showalter's 4-0. He's now moved past Don Zimmer's 64th on the all-time wins list for a manager at 886. The only manager to win more than his first 4 games with the Orioles was Weaver. Earl won his first 6. With 1 down, that will be taken inside for a ball. And the only managers who started 4-0 or better with 2 different teams, Billy Burden did it with the Yankees and the Expos, and Pat Corrales did it with the Rangers and the Indians.
So the lead was 6-0.
Yep. 1-0 deliveries inside, 2-0.
I saw him today over at the card show. I said, boy, what did you tell Buck Showalter? Oh, I didn't tell him. What are you talking about? And I said, well, he's very proud that you answered his phone call and he had a long talk with you, even though you did most of the talking.
That one to second and a base hit. So Vizquel gets a 1-out single here in the 3rd inning. Tomorrow, and remember it is tomorrow, join Nick and Christina Markakis for the Right Side Foundation's 2nd annual 5K run and 1-mile fun walk. Baltimore's Patterson Park is the site. Proceeds benefit distressed children throughout Maryland. Race will begin at 6 following the game tomorrow against the Sox, and registration is open right up until race time. For details, go to therightsidefoundation.org. And ought to be a beautiful evening for the walk and run for distressed children in Maryland. 3 hits in the ball game for the White Sox. Runner at first. Jammed to Rios, will foul it back. He fly it out to right field his first time up.
Yeah, he looks back and asks Jared Crawford, was that a strike? Well, the answer is no. And he swung at it, though, up and in. And that's what Kevin wants to do then, because Rios is a real good fastball hitter. He's one of those guys that the White Sox got after the trading deadline because it was a salary dump, and they've resurrected his career with some coaching. Gifted player at the plate.
300 average on the road for him this year.
Well, when Toronto was in, I asked Cito Gaston, and he said, I said, boy, it seemed like he's like almost a 5-tool player on some years, because he can throw, he can run, he can steal bases, he can hit for power, he can hit for average. He said, but his work ethic, not that good. So the White Sox get him. They take on the salary. Toronto gets rid of it. I think it was 10 years, 7 years, $70 million.
0-2 delivery to him. That last one was a foul ball. Bell goes 1. Roberts goes 2. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. Kevin MILLWOOD, the veteran, doing what the youngsters have done. Len Johnston inducted into the Orioles Hall of Fame. The Johnny Oates family on hand. That's Andy Oates, and that's the wife. And Buck Showalter went out and did the ceremonies for him, and Ray Millard, who threw out the first pitch, all three inducted. Buck was saying before the game today, he said, I don't know if I can do this. And he was talking about the emotion of it all, but he did, and he did just fine. Congratulations. Ray Miller, Johnny Oates, and Len Johnston. Great names, and forever now in the Orioles Hall of Fame. Here's Josh Bell.
Yeah, that was the message that Ray Miller talked about at the end of his career. He said people used to say, didn't you used to be with the Orioles? He said, now I'm still with them because I'm in the Oriole Hall of Fame.
In the air, left center field, deep. Rios will get there. And Bell is retired. Johnny Oates meant a great deal to Buck Showalter, and Buck today looked back about the first time they went against one another as managers.
I remember the first time right here we got into it, and I was wearing a different uniform. I could tell he looked at me a whole lot differently when I was wearing an opposing uniform. He met me about halfway to that dugout there. I was trying to get between him and Tim Leary and the umpires, and that look in his eye, he didn't really care about our history. I really respected that about him. He was a special man. I was real lucky to have had him pass my way.
Yeah, they started, I guess, with the Nashville Sounds when Johnny went down in the minor leagues, and Buck was a player. He helped him, actually. Buck says he mentored him, but he was also a sounding board for Johnny.
That one in the air by Roberts to center. Rios.
Yeah, I had a chance to, spend so much time with Johnny because when I hurt my arm in '68, I was in Miami. He was just coming up, and then, went 10-0 in '72. He always seemed like the right finger was down there. I know, Ben, you had guys like that, and then next year he's gone. And one of the more poignant things in my life is sitting in his office when he's managing Texas, and he said, "Remember that Christmas card you sent me after I got traded to Atlanta?" I said, "Yeah, we were 10-0 together." And he said, "Yeah." He said, "I still have it." That and what George Bush did, because he was the owner of the Rangers when Johnny took over. And that's what this big game's about. You establish friendships and you go to war together. And of course, when he went through what he went through with the brain cancer, you call him. He goes, "Well, I just lit up the barbecue. I'm sitting here by the lake, and I'm going to get well." And of course, he didn't, but he really did battle it.
And he held it out of the public knowledge for a long time. He did not want sympathies, and he wanted to just continue to do the things he could in baseball as long as he could, and he did. Nick Markakis with 2 down, nobody on. He drew a walk his first time up, and so Johnny Oates' number is worn by Buck Showalter with the permission, of course, of the family whom he called when he got the Orioles job. Probably for Johnny, that would be as great a tribute as you could ever give.
Yeah, and Johnny was just a great man. I got the honor of playing for Johnny, in '91 and 2, 3, and 4 when Johnny was a manager here, and just a great guy, a guy you could go into the locker room or into the coach's office and manager's office and talk to him, about certain things. He kept, early in my career in '92, he kept saying, McDonald's got to learn how to get out of certain situations. You got to learn to get out of that jam. He kept saying it in the paper, and finally I went and knocked on the door. I said, "Well, Johnny, if you want me to get out of these situations, I'd like you to leave me in these situations a few more times, and maybe I'll have a chance of getting out of them." And he looked at me in the eye and he goes, "I'll tell you what, next time you get in one, I'm going to leave you in one and see what happens." And I said, "Well, great, I appreciate that." And sure enough, the next time out, I got myself in a jam about the 6th inning when he'd been taking me out, and he left me in the ballgame. And I worked out of it.
In the air to right field, and that is going to be a foul ball.
And I worked out of it and got out of that big situation, let me go back out for the 7th, but then he called me back in after that, and he said, "You showed me something that I'm going to start giving you more opportunities." But he was a guy you could go in there and talk to about certain situations and not feel bad about doing it.
It's good. Reminds me of a comment today Buck Showalter made about the open door policy of managers. Here's the 3-2 delivery fouled away. I just asked Buck about his relationship with players, what their philosophy is, and he says, "Well, I have a cracked door philosophy." Said the door is not shut, but it's not entirely open. What that means is, you got something you want to go over with me, come on in. But it damn well better be something that's worth my time. Don't come in here if you don't have anything important.
Right.
Okay. Markakis takes it in the air to right. That is near the wall and off it. Right off the top, and Nick's got a double. Boy, did that baby have some hang time.
That was some serious hang time, like the old punter for the Oakland Raiders, old Ray Guy. That thing stayed up there forever.
Yeah, I think he thinks it's going out. It looked like a high breaking ball, similar to what Adam Jones hit. See, there it is, and doesn't get it quite in, and then just coming down. Short porch here at Camden Yards. Quentin plays it well, and again, not running hard. 2 outs. Of course, you'd like to be at third, but I think he thought that ball was going out.
Well, the way Quentin was playing, it looked like Quentin was going to catch it. He was kind of fooling him a little bit. He backed off at the last second.
Markakis takes over the lead in doubles in the American League with 37. 2 down. Ty Wigginton. Orioles have a 1-0 lead, and they're going to add to it. Markakis will make the turn. Pierre does not have an arm. Another RBI for Wigginton, and it's 2-0.
I mean, just that quick. 2 pitches and a run. Double by Markakis and then a single.
Well, again, Ben, you know as well as I, when you get a good fastball hitter, which Wigginton up, and this is what he gets to hit, Ramirez couldn't knock it down. He wants to, because that'll probably save him a run with Markakis second. You throw him the fastball because you think you're going to make a better pitch than he ultimately did, and Wiggy's just too quick. He really can sit on pitches, and I mean, I think that's why he's having the year he's having, because he just understands how it is to hit. If you make the perfect pitch, you get him out. If you don't, he's going to do exactly what he just did.
58 RBIs for Ty Wigginton. The Orioles lead at 2-0. Here's Luke Scott. Now, we will keep reminding you of this. The Orioles are doing this against Gavin Floyd, who had not given up more than 1 earned run in his last 6 starts, and he has not given up more than 2 earned runs in his last 11. And the Orioles already have 2 runs, 3 hits off him, and we're in the 3rd inning.
And it just goes to show you what the Orioles have done as of late. They've been a hot-hitting team. I mean, all year long they've been plagued by not getting that big hit with runners in scoring position. But, boy, the last 4 games, they have figured something out.
They came in 17 for 42 with runners in scoring position over the last 4 games.
I mean, they're still in, I think, last place in all of baseball for the year with runners in scoring position. But all in all, the last 4 games, they've definitely got it figured out.
The highest batting average in the American League since July 30.
Gee, that's kind of when Brian Roberts came back. Yeah. And PA got healthy. Something to do with
it.
It
helps, to have everyone healthy, doesn't it?
And also in accustomed roles, and Brian leading off.
And you saw the White Sox second best average in that time. That's going to go to the gap in left center field. Heading to third is Wigginton. PA throws behind the runner. Wigginton going to third. Vizquel the tag, and he is out. Wigginton stopped halfway, and Pierre threw in behind the runner, and Wigginton got caught. So the Orioles will get a run on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. This defensive play with Beckham getting the throw over to Vizquel.
Located next to the newly renovated club-level entrance behind home plate, the All-Star Cafe features a marketplace-style food court with a rotating menu of made-to-order entrees and an extensive dessert station. The All-Star Cafe is also where you'll find Boob's Famous Barbecue. The cafe is open for all club-level ticket holders. That's the All-Star Cafe, new on Oriole Park's club level. Gary?
Great looking and great food. Nice place to go and enjoy part of the ball game and a meal.
That's what's good about the three-man booth.
What's that?
What can we get you? We'll be gone. We'll just be out of here wherever you want.
Those crab cakes look pretty good.
Those crab cakes look pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
That's the first
we just
thing
got to talk about it, and they'll send it up like they did early in the year.
That's the first thing I did when I got in town the other night. Went and found some crab cakes. I had to have some. It's been a few years.
They don't have crabs down in Louisiana?
Yes, but not crab cakes.
Oh, what?
No, not like the ones around here.
So you don't have high definition. You don't
have Old Bay.
You only get home games on Mets, and you don't get away games.
We just got Cablevision like a year ago and back home. So when the generators break down, it's tough. I can't see anything.
Now, did you bring us any gator bites?
No, I didn't, but I can certainly get you some.
I mean, I really like gator.
They may have a little oil on them right now, but I can bring you some. A little oily.
Just put them in the car and fuel. 3-0 count on ball, KONERKO. And MILLWOOD will get that one in for a strike. Orioles on top in the ball game. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors. O's have left 2. White Sox, no runs, 3 hits, no errors. They have left 3. MILLWOOD a walk and no strikeouts. Gavin FLOYD a walk and 3 Ks. KONERKO hit into a fielder's choice. 10 for 24 lifetime off Kevin MILLWOOD. And a big cut on him.
Took a little off and good movement. He likes to pitch up, but when he has pitched well, and even some of the other games, I think his two-seam fastball, it's better than he thinks it is.
It's got good movement to it, and you saw it in 91 right there. I mean, he took a little bit off of it, but I tell you what. And of course, make no mistake about it, when you got a 2-0 lead, which he hadn't had many leads this year, it's a lot better chance you can go out there and challenge these guys, because one pitch isn't going to beat you right here.
3-2 delivery is swung on and got him.
Well, I'll tell you,
KONERKO's
thinking, okay, is this Gaylord Perry? Because these 2 balls dance. I mean, they just have great movement, and they're both in the middle of the plate. There's your H.H. Greg Exmo.
There's that, two-seam grip, and in a different situation, nothing ball game, he'd have been behind him, might have thrown a 3-2 slider right there or something. But the fact he's got the lead allows him to relax a little bit and reach back for a little bit extra.
And our Exmo brought to you by H.H. Greg. We make buying TVs and appliances simple. H.H. Greg, price and advice guaranteed. Carlos Quentin grounded out. Quentin also is in a little bit of a funk right now. He had an 0 for 4 in the ball game last night. They rely on him for power, extra base hits. He's only hit 174 over the last 6 games. That's 4 for 23. 1-0 count. MILLWOOD put that one down and away to him.
Yeah, really good low fastball hitter. And we talk about hitting counts. He's going to get one here. Again, the 2-0 lead, it can help you, but it also can hurt you in the sense that right here, you're probably going to throw a strike. Make sure that it's going to be a strike.
Yeah, you got to right here. I mean, to me, it doesn't matter if you throw down the middle of the plate. I mean, it's 2-0. You got a 2-0 lead. You certainly want to make them earn their way on the bases. Of course, he makes a quality pitch right there, but those runs dictate everything when you're out there pitching.
Gavin trying to get victory number 3 on the season. It's been 3 losses and a couple of no decisions over the last 7. 2 ball, 1 strikeout. Quentin will take it inside. MILLWOOD just missed with that. And a 3 ball, 1 strike count. Kevin has the lead, but he's doing this the hard way so far. A lot of 2-0, 3-0, 3-1 counts in the ballgame.
And pitch count now at 59. It's up about a pitch a game compared to his career.
In the air to center field. Jones going back. Warning track. Wall. And goodbye home run.
And that's a 3-1. And that's 3-1 breaking ball,
Yeah, but look at this guy running around the bases. He's big enough to plug a hole in your line if you're a football coach. Big guy, strong guy, great power, 22 now. Not about average, even though 2 years ago when he was healthy, he hit 300. See, that ends up in the middle of the plate. This is a little Adam Jones. His home run on a slider. This one maybe goes Obviously, a different place, but just as far. That ball went a long way.
Long way for being a little out in front on a 3-1 breaking ball.
Carlos Quentin's got 22 home runs, and only 7 of those have come on the road. And Kevin Millwood, who leads the league in homers, given up.
Yeah, that was one of our 24th. One of our keys to the game.
So that'll make it a 2-1 ball game. Each team now with 4 hits. Carlos Quentin really rocked it. He's got 3 home runs in his career now at Camden Yards. Here's KOTSAY, popped out his first time up. Sends that one down the line, foul.
You know, I got the opportunity to interview pitching coach Rick Kranitz last night. That's what he said. I said, what's been the difference with your pitching staff? Well, what have y'all done different? What have you tried to get the guys to do? He said, well, I've been trying to get them to pitch ahead in the count more. He said, I want to see strike one. I want to see them be aggressive and not give the opposing hitters too much credit. You know, and I think if the guys have that approach in the long run, they're going to be a lot more successful if they don't give the other team a whole lot of credit. I mean, they paid for it right there, 3-1 breaking ball. But, hey, what are you going to do? Throw a decent pitch on a 3-1. It's a slider. Guy hits it out of the ballpark, but still winning 2-1.
1-2 delivery on the way. Buck Showalter was talking about that before the game today. He said Brad Bergeson came in after that long fly ball Markakis got to end the inning. And Bergeson was talking, wow, 370 feet. And Buck said, He said, that's why the wall's 373 feet away. Don't give him credit. It was in the yard. It was a fly ball out. You're out of the inning. 2-ball, 2-strike count. And that's way outside as that one slipped away.
See, and these are just the little things that gets Kevin in trouble. They get to see more pitches. He's 35 years old. His stuff certainly, I mean, nobody's is in this era as good as it was when you were 25. So they see more pitches. Sooner or later, you got to throw strikes. Right again, you're back where you got to throw a strike 3 and 2.
Yeah, and a ground ball off the end of the bat. Spin on that one is Torres up, and he's got it.
You make it real tough on yourself. I mean, he had KOTSAY 0-2 right there, and he's got to throw a 3-2 great pitch to get it out.
In our Who'da Thought category tonight, Who'da Thought coming into today's game, the Texas Rangers would be the team that had the biggest lead in any of the divisions at 9.5 games. Who'da thought CC Sabathia's struggling? Last 4 starts, he's 1-2, and he's walked 14 in 27 innings. And who'da thought the forgotten Red Sox, Mike Lowell, would be the one they are now leaning on because Youkilis is gone for the rest of the season. They did sign Delgado today to a minor league contract, but all of a sudden Mike Lowell, who's literally been just sitting around in Boston, is now the guy they're hoping can deliver.
Yeah, I saw him hit a homer the other night.
Yeah, his first pitch, first at bat. And that is swung on and missed by Ramirez.
Yeah, they had a rookie last night, Ryan Kalish, when they were playing in New York out of New Jersey. Red Bank, New Jersey. That's right where Kurt Bluffrey, former Rookie of the Year. Mahwah, Red Bank area. He had a home run in Yankee Stadium with a lot of his family around.
Yeah, the Yankees came back and won today, so they've increased their lead again to 6 over Boston.
Well, how about Toronto? 17-11.
And it wasn't that close.
Over the Rays. If you get beat by 2 field goals, that's not good.
It's almost football season.
Yeah.
They can hit some homers over there, can't they? That team is slugging them.
1-1 delivery, and the second time Ramirez has tried to push a bunt down to first and not come close.
Yeah, that's about the 4th or 5th.
I don't think that Ozzy's told him yet. The guy on the mound's got 24 home runs thrown. That is leading the league. It's 2 outs. You have 11. Maybe you could get 12, and we could tie the game up. And Ozzy would put it kind of, well, he would with obviously
with other language.
Well, yeah, he'd pepper it in there with but Ozzy from Venezuela. I always thought it was great when you got a 1-run lead and guys are trying to bunt with 2 outs that have power, but
don't get it.
No.
Here's the 1-2 delivery on the way, and that will even it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Millwood, he's protecting a 1-run lead now, 2-1. Home run by Quentin, his 22nd with 1 away here in the 4th inning. Let's put the White Sox on the board. 2-2 delivery to him.
Well, it's like Jim said earlier, if you go back to KONERKO, took 6 or 7 pitches to get him out. Quentin, he gets 3-1 on him, gives up a home run slider. Now we're back to 2-2. He's already thrown 5 pitches here in this at bat, so that pitch count is climbing quickly.
Bullpen, long relievers are available in this ball game. Buck Showalter was talking about that before the game. You got Patton, who hasn't pitched in forever. Mark Hendricks on the left-hander is available. The 2-2 delivery. And that one in the air to right field. Markakis will put it away. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left. Quinton gets the home run, cuts the lead in half. 2-1. By AT&T, rethink possible, and by Honda. Look for money-saving leases and low financing at your Honda dealer. With Jim Palmer, Ben McDonald joining us here, Amber Theo Harris. Our coverage downstairs on this gorgeous 82-degree night at the start of the ball game. Orioles have the 2-1 lead as they try and make it 5 in a row. Last night the Orioles won with 10 singles. They did not have an extra base hit in the ball game, ending a 41-game streak in which they had at least 1 extra base hit. Still won it 2-1. And the game winner, Adam Jones. And our 4th drive of the game.
Yep, a slider. Carlos Quentin with a slider for a home run. Adam Jones, he gave the Orioles at that time the 1-0 lead. They'd add one, and the White Sox have come back. And then what's the first pitch this time? Another slider.
Yeah, starts him off with a slider again, which
wasn't real good, but he backed it up enough that Adam let it go.
Well, it's a really good pitch. I mean, lots of times when a guy takes one of your best pitches, he thinks he eliminates it from your arsenal, you know. So it's always good maybe to come back with the same pitch you just hit for a homer, because most hitters aren't looking for that same pitch again.
Adam will take a strike, and your local Ford dealer invites you to experience Ford like never before. Ford, drive one. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Jones. Adam hitting at .277 at the moment. 4-game hit streak extended with a home run. That one is going to be off the glove of KONERKO and an infield hit. 2 for 2 for Jones.
Yeah, saved a double right there. I mean, Adam did this against the Angels 3 times. That's why, as hot as he is, over 400, only 2 RBI, actually make it 3 RBIs with a home run. He drove himself in. But he's been doing this, and this is, again, just a 2-strike. Let's make contact, and then KONERKO. He's known for his home runs, but he saves at least 1 base.
That's really a good pitch by Gavin Floyd right there. But like you said, Adam Jones kind of in protect mode. Hey, I'm just going to put this ball in play and hopefully it'll find the hole. It did. I mean, he looked real bad on it, but it'll look real good in the paper tomorrow morning, that's for sure. Another base hit.
Jones is now 10 for 22 in the month of August. And not too far behind him in the month of August, Felix Pie. Pie has had 7 hits and 20 at-bats. A .360 batting average this month so far. Grounded out his first time up. Pickoff not going to be thrown. PIERZYNSKI came up behind PA and didn't let it go.
Yeah, Adam doesn't do a lot of stealing. He's only 4 out of the 10 in the success column. But again, look at the big secondary lead, and that's what's important. If you're not going to steal bases, at least get that primary lead, and you can score and you can go. This is a tough ballpark sometimes to go from first to third, so it enables you, when the opportunity presents yourself, to do it.
Jones getting back for Floyd against the Orioles. His lifetime record is 1-1. He has pitched here in Camden Yards, and this is his third start here. He's 1-0. Had a 1.29 ERA in this ballpark. 1-0 count. And PA straight up the middle. He's got a base hit. Adam will stop at second base. Rios will get it in. And the Orioles get the first 2 on here in the fourth. Tonight's Maryland Lottery Hit It Here fan of the game is Mark Whitman from Catonsville. If an Orioles player hits the Hit It Here sign located in the bullpen area, Mark, you got to win $100,000. To find out more about how you can become the fan of the game, visit mdlottery.com/hitithere. Go get him, Mark. 2 on, nobody out. Orioles 6 hits off Floyd. Wieters, a strikeout victim, his first time up.
Bunting here, what do you think?
No, I don't think so.
Vizquel's even with the bag at third, and nobody's playing short. As Ramirez has moved way over, almost behind second base.
I have to check the stats. I don't know if I've ever seen Matt bunt.
I don't know if I've ever even seen him square around.
No, I think he's going to. And of course, if Earl Weaver is managing, if you're going to get a base hit, fine. If you're going to not get one, don't hit a double play ball.
Right.
Pop it up. Save us a run.
There's nobody out here. And that pitch is down low for a ball.
I sure would like to have those 2 runs over at second and third, but 1 out, though.
Well, I can buy into that, but
if I'm pitching, I want them there because I know that just a sac fly gets me another run, and I got that 2-run cushion again.
Ben, did you ever have an ERA that was close to 7 runs a game?
At a certain point in time in the season, after a bad start or 2, I probably did.
No, we won.
Not for the
runs.
year, no. Yeah, I want to run. I want to see them bunt right here and get them over, and I want to see a little sac fly, and I'll take my 2-run lead and go back out there.
Well, I'll buy into that too, but I think that
or a squeeze or whatever, but I want that 2-run lead back.
Okay.
Buck Showalter has not shown an indication at this point Wieters would bunt. He does not have a bunt in his major league career, and he had only 1 in the minors. Sacrifice. 2-0 count on him as well. Floyd, runners at first and second for the O's. And Wieters will go to second base. Beckham, 1, Ramirez, 2. There you go, Ben.
Yep.
Of course, you got to remember, too, Cakes, I've been playing, coaching my daughter's fast-pitch softball team all summer. That's all we do is bunt. So I had bunt on the mind a little bit,
Well, in retrospect, hindsight's 20/20.
Right.
Especially up here in the booth. But that's your tailor-made double play.
Yeah, I mean, that's too bad for Wieters. Like 2-0. I mean, did a nice job, worked the count in his favor, got a nice count 2-0. But, boy, I tell you what, Floyd made a good little sinking fastball. He rolled over it, a little 4-6-3.
Well, you will see, Matt. He won't be swinging at that pitch the same way 2-3 years from now.
Now as Turris has 2 down and a runner at third. And as Turris will take the pitch, Vizquel is even with the bag at third base. KONERKO at first had moved in, but he backs up.
So what were you talking about? 17 for 42 with runners in scoring position. And over the last 4 games, this Turris is going to get a hit here.
Yeah.
That's what's happened. That's why they're averaging over 5 runs a game.
He's got a 6-game hit streak. That one tailed away. PIERZYNSKI reaching down to haul it in.
Yeah, you look at the radar gun and Gavin Floyd, you go, well, okay. But the movement and the late sink. And then he's got we haven't seen too many changeups tonight, but the 2 different kinds of breaking balls that Ben McDonald talked about. It's a pretty complete package.
Well, it really is. I mean, it just showed up the last 11 starts in a big way, too.
2-0 count. Here's Turris. Fouls that one away, and the count will go to 2-1. Our fan of the game is presented by the Green Turtle, your family fun place where the kids eat free this summer. Find your location at greenturtle.com. There's one of our young cheerleaders on hand, making sure she is appropriately coiffed for her camera presentation. Here's the 2-1 delivery as Turris a comebacker. Floyd. And he works his way out of it. So the Orioles got the first 2 on, do not convert, leave a runner on at third base. It remains 2-1. brought to you by Ford. Your local Ford dealer invites you to experience Ford like never before. Ford, drive one. And by H.H. Gregg. We make buying TVs and appliances simple. H.H. Gregg, price and advice guaranteed. Beautiful night here at Oriole Park in Camden Yards. Ben McDonald joining us upstairs. Gary Thorne, Jim Palmer, and Theo Harris down on the field. And the Orioles have the 2-1 lead as they try and go 2-0 in this series against the White Sox and extend their win streak to 5. A.J. Pierzynski will lead it off. Beckham to follow, and then Juan Pierre at the top of the order. There's a comeback at Millwood. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Yeah, nicely executed changeup.
Hadn't seen Millwood throw any of those tonight, but I tell you what, you can't throw one any better than that. I'm talking about below the knees, right on the outside corner. Take a look at this. I mean, sinking and running away. You can't do it any better than that.
And he swings at it.
Yeah, A.J. been in a funk, but just missed a homer last night. I mean, flew out to the wall. Did have a single his first time up. It was a broken bat, kind of looper the other way, but he'll take anything right now. You take a look at that pitch count by Millwood. Getting on up there.
Gordon Beckham will stand in, the 23-year-old out of the University of Georgia. He lined out to right field his first time up, first major league experience last year. Got in almost 400 at bats. He hit 270, 14 homers, 63 RBIs last year. It's only his 3rd pro season.
Yeah, we talked about that slow start, and he also had 28 doubles. So they pitched him differently. He chased. And then he was talking to him yesterday. He said, I also had a radio show. So here I am doing my radio show, and everybody's asking me, you know, what's going on? And he said, it wasn't a very pleasant couple of months. He said, the good news, the bad news was I was horrible. The good news is it's over. I learned from it. And he's red hot now.
Well, the Orioles have certainly learned that he can hit a fastball in this series. I mean,
might get another one right here, yeah.
Looks like they want to stay on the outer part of the plate if you do throw him a fastball.
2 ball, 1 strike count for Millwood. And Beckham looks at one that's outside. Millwood looking in.
Yeah, you look at the scoreboard, and there's only 3 runs, and it's a tight zone.
Yeah.
And it's a moving zone, you'd think, because it appears to be a hitter zone tonight.
It's definitely a hitter zone. Gary Crawford has struggled. We saw one pitch we thought was definitely off the plate on Wieters earlier.
And the second walk by Millwood. So with 1 away here in the 5th inning, Beckham is on, and the leadoff batter coming up. On Wednesday, join former Orioles pitcher Tippy Martinez at High Tops Backstage Grill, York Road in Timonium, for a Masson Orioles alumni viewing party. Tippy's going to be on hand from 6 to 8, meeting with fans, signing autographs. The Birds will take on the Indians live on Masson HD at 7:05 from Cleveland. For details, go to the community calendar at OriolesReach.com. 1 on, 1 down. Pierre has grounded out and walked. He's a .351 lifetime hitter off Kevin Millwood. Extended his hit streak to 13 games last night with a hit in the 8th inning. His only hit of the ball game.
Man, if he's not going to bunt, he's looking for a ball just to hit into right field. Boy, that's a constant battle if you're a right-handed pitcher and a left-handed hitter. As you look at the infield hits right there. Ichiro, of course, up there. Luis Castillo now playing with the Mets. Came up with the Marlins. And Vizquel, who's played now. This is his 21st year.
This is his 121st year in the big league. That's right.
Runner goes, hit and run, throw down. Wieters, as he got in.
Wow.
Beckham is gone by the country mile.
Yeah, and they're saying he also swung at the ball.
Oh, I think he definitely swung one of the protect type swings. Beckham knows about right there. He's in bad shape.
I mean, what a nice throw by Wieters, because watch where this ball is.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to hop over Pierre right there. I mean, that was a rocket Wieters threw down right there.
Another one of those interference plays.
Yeah. I mean, he literally had one leg over the back of Juan Pierre when he got done making the throw. And a great pitch by Millwood. There's his second strikeout. Only 3 batters come up despite the walk. And we'll go to the bottom half of the 5th. 2-1 O's.
Ray Miller, along with the late Johnny Oates, was inducted, and I'm here with his wife, Gloria. And Gloria, I know this was a bittersweet day, seeing those pictures of Johnny laughing on the video screen. What is the one thing from the ceremony that you'll take away from today?
I think the thing that touched my heart the most was seeing that video, seeing Johnny, a healthy, well Johnny, smiling and laughing, and it just brought back awesome memories for me of his whole career with the Orioles, from player to coach to manager, just the joy and the happiness that he felt about life. So that was just so special to me. I had no idea that I would get to see Johnny the way I remember him.
All right, and then just really quickly, Buck Showalter wearing his number. What did you feel when you got that call to ask for permission?
That was probably one of the most special phone calls ever, to hear him ask that question. And then he said, check with your children. And so I called each one of them, and they just, with a resounding yes, oh, Mom, this is awesome. And so they called him right back and said, oh, Buck, we're so honored. And it just is a real testimony of both of the men, of the kind of friendships that they had and how they fostered that and kept that. It's just very, very special.
Well, Gloria, thanks for being here, and his legacy does live on with the number, but also your beautiful family, some great grandchildren, all your children are here. A very special day. Thank you, Gloria.
Thank you.
Well, let's go back to Gary and Jen.
All right, Amber, thanks very much. And obviously, just more testimony to how emotional the day was today, and for both Gloria and for Buck. Bell goes down on the strikeout. That is the fourth recorded in the ballgame by Gavin Floyd. One away, fifth inning.
And I tell you what, that strikeout was on those different breaking balls. Those were more than 12, 6, 1 to 7. All of a sudden, he's breaking out a different breaking ball. He threw it back to back, and boy, Bell just didn't have a chance.
Rookie.
Brian Roberts.
A rookie guy, you're going to see what he can hit. Last night it was, got Bell turned around because he's a switch hitter, and what did he see? Danks change-ups and nothing straight.
Brian has lined out the third hard. Good play by Vizquel in the first inning, and he has flied out to center field. Again, we are in another pitcher's duel, as we were in the ball game last night. Kevin Millwood, couple of walks, couple of strikeouts. Floyd, a walk, 4 strikeouts, the two of them going at it. Home run by Quinton, the only run for the White Sox. The Orioles getting the homer by Jones, his 16th. Adam got that in the second. And then the RBI base hit by Wigginton in the third, which is the difference in the game for the moment. 2-1 strike count. And Brian waits for it, and so does Vizquel.
Again.
Yes, again, he's hit the ball in the nose 2 out of 3 times. Right to Vizquel over there. And this just in, Vizquel can catch. Don't hit it to him.
Yeah, Brian's been around long enough.
Yeah.
That's the wrong guy to try.
Yeah, Vizquel catches that one in his sleep. That was unbelievable.
That will bring up Marquez. Nick has double scored, and he has drawn a walk. He's now 3 for 9 with a home run off Annapolis's Gavin Floyd. And that has taken 4 a strike.
See that
Nick at 299.
The velocity all of a sudden on Gavin Floyd starting to get up a little bit too. That's two fastballs in a row at 94. He's been pitching, 90, 91, 92. Now he's at 94.
Yeah, they had him from 89 to 94, and that's pretty much what we've seen.
Yeah.
And again, when you pitch under control, and you learn this, I learned this, that it's not, you don't throw every pitch as hard as you can. You add and subtract. You add a little bit, and some nights you don't have as much to add to, so you subtract a little more.
Floyd will miss down low with that one, and a 2-1 strike count on Marquez. We'll be back here tomorrow for game 3 of the 4-game set. Jeremy Guthrie, Mark Burley will go. It's a 1:35 start, and then Monday night, Brian Mattis and Edwin Jackson. That's a 7 o'clock game Monday. Fouled off Marquez, or just swung right through it. 2-2 strike count.
That's what Amber Theo Harris talked about, the deception. It's 92. Nick's shaking his head a little bit.
Yeah, he got the count 2-1. He probably knew a fastball was coming, and Floyd just absolutely throws it right by him in the fastball count, up in the zone.
Nick continued against the left-hander last night, as he's done all year, being either 1 or 2 in average by a left-handed batter against a left-handed pitcher. He faced Danks. in the ball game last night, and Nick came away with 2 hits, 2 for 3 off the lefty. 2-2 delivery on the way, and throttle back on it. There's the little taken off. And a 1-2-3 inning for Floyd, his 5th strikeout.
They taught me to dress like an Oriole, walk like an Oriole, act like an Oriole, coach like an Oriole, and most of all, to always believe in the Orioles. And those 2 people can't be here today, but it's Cal Ripken Sr. and Elrod Hendricks. I dedicate my whole career to them.
Pre-game ceremonies today. Ray Miller inducted into the Orioles Hall of Fame. And obviously some emotional words from him.
Yeah, well, I started. Cal was my first manager in A-ball when you're 18. And then Elrod caught for years, no-hitter. Elrod putting down the fingers. Sit on the corner and let me know when you think I should change. And then he'd come out with that big smile. He said, I think it's time to change. They're adjusting.
Omar Vizquel trying to punch one as he leads off the 6th inning.
Well, there you go. The only damage, a 3-1 slider to Carlos Quentin of any consequence. And he's able to hit it far and deep to straightaway center field for the only White Sox run tonight.
Vizquel got his base hit his last time up. 4-game hit streak for the veteran. Kevin Millwood with the 0-2 delivery to him, and he reached and hits it on the 1-hop to short. As terse. Vizquel is retired and 1 away here in the 6th.
Yeah, that's a pitch he doesn't even think about swinging at if the count's not 0-2. And because it is, again, he doesn't make a great pitch, but the speed fools him. Hits it on the end of the bat. And if you're going to pitch like Kevin has 125 innings and coming into this game 205 base runners, you better get the leadoff guy on.
Right. That's right.
I mean, that's huge. And then, of course, you try to keep it in the park.
I mean, I'd like to know what the numbers are when he gets ahead to the batter. You know, the runners get on base. So important to get ahead. Strike one.
Breaking ball. That's what you're talking about right there.
Of course, this year, because he's really struggled, they're not that good. After 0-1, it's 299, and after 1-0, it's 335. So neither of those numbers are where you want them to be.
There's still a 30, 40-point difference, though, you know. I saw the Orioles as a team, you know, when it's 0-1, what they're batting, and what they're batting when it's 1-0, and it's a significant difference.
Oh, yeah. It's usually, about 80, 90 points.
Yeah.
1 ball, 1 strike count, 1 down. Rios has hit into a double play and flied out. The Orioles this season, what Ben was talking about, as a team, when the Orioles have a hitter with an 0-1 count, they hit 218. When it's a 1-0 count and everything after 279.
Yeah. There you go. Significant difference. And that's what pitching coaches try to tell pitchers, and that's what hitting coaches try to tell hitters.
Right.
You know, be selective. Don't be swinging at balls until they throw you strikes early on. I mean, just think about it. The pitcher's trying to get you out early in the count by throwing enough strikes to get you to swing at balls, and the hitters, they don't call you out on strike 1 or 2. So you don't have to swing at anything until you get to strike 2.
2-2 delivery. Gets the foul ball back off the bat of Rios. White Sox believe the lineup that you're seeing tonight is probably the best lineup that they have, and the one that will most likely be used most often by Ozzie Guillen for the remainder of the year. Now, he'll have some players in and out, but this is the one that they're going to count on to win a division title over the Minnesota Twins. 2-2 delivery on the way, and that's fouled off into the seats.
Well, a lot of talk, and we mentioned it last night, about Adam Dunn, and apparently Mike Rizzo and the Nationals, they told him, well, of course, he wanted Beckham or Dunn, and then they said no, neither are Beckham and we're not going to give you any of those guys, but we will give you anybody in our minor league.
That one goes to short as Torres up makes the play over to first base. A busy night for his Torres. After a brief road trip next week through Cleveland and Tampa Bay, the Orioles return home on Monday, August 16. A homestand with the Mariners and the first place Rangers. Get your tickets in advance and save 888-848-BIRD or go to Orioles.com. Oakland beat Texas today by a score of 6-2. But Texas has mounted such a lead in that division. They are still 8.5 games ahead of Oakland, and Oakland is the team that's in second place. They are the only 2 teams in the Western Division playing .500 baseball. The Angels have dropped a game below. 2 down, nobody on. Paul Konerko will take it up high for a ball.
Yeah, in my mind, like the other guy they talked about was Carlos Quentin, and they said none of this. They're just too valuable for the team. But you can have anybody in our minor leagues. And then, of course, they got on the White Sox. Kenny Williams, the GM. Well, why did you let Jim Thome go? So Ozzie goes, I like the guys we have. I mean, he likes speed.
Yes.
I mean, they won in 2005 when they got Pieszycnik. Of course, he was a speedster. He said it's not always about home runs.
Especially in the playoffs.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, and the White Sox have shown this year that starting pitching is certainly good enough as well. I mean, they can really do it when it comes to starting pitching. Saw Danks last night was really, really good.
MILLWOOD throttling way back.
That was the one that was on a string where it kind of never really gets there. 71 miles an hour. Look at this. He waited as long as he could and still missed it by 2 feet.
And a 1-ball, 2-strike count to Konerko.
See both pitchers starting to pull out their bag of tricks, changing speeds on the breaking balls, throwing different breaking balls.
Peter will be away.
Yeah, that's just kind of for show right there.
Yeah, I mean, when you try to get these guys out one time through the lineup is hard, 2 times is tough too, but when you start trying to get them out the 3rd and the 4th time through the lineup, sometimes you got to invent stuff every now and then.
2-ball, 2-strike count. Konerko with nobody on, 2 down. Orioles have the 2-1 lead in the ballgame. And the 2-2 delivery, and Konerko will take that in the dirt. And now the count is full, 3-2.
Well, I know you did it. You came up with that little cutter, that little slider, and in fastball counts, you got a lot of outs. Mike Massini did it on his way to 270 wins. I learned the slider from watching Tom Phoebus pitch.
Right.
Good fastball hitters. It just gives you another pitch in case the curveball's not working. And that's what Kevin's trying to do here in the 6th. And he hadn't really gotten this deep that often lately because his last time he went this long was back against the Twins on the 22nd of July.
The 3-2 delivery on the way, and that'll be down the line in right field. And a souvenir. Count will stay at 3 balls and 2 strikes on Konerko. This is a ball club that's had the best record, 38-14, since that June 9 mark. They've done it in every way. Their pitching, the starting has been mentioned, has been outstanding, and their offense is hitting about 290 as a team over that span. But the Oriole pitchers here in the first 2 so far have held them down.
And this will be pitch number 99.
Well, that's good view right here. We'll see what Wieters puts down, see what he wants. Looks like he wants to slider, shook it off, fastball away. No, fastball inside. We'll see what happens.
3-2. He gets the inside out swing. Brian Roberts gets it. And that will retire Konerko, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Well, Millwood continues effective, and the Orioles continue with a 1-run lead. It started with memories. Ray Miller, one of those inducted. Memories to be made. Adam Jones, 16th home run that came in the second inning of Kevin Floyd, who hadn't given one up in 11. And Kevin Millwood looking for just his third win. An effective 1 run on 4 hits through 6 with a couple of walks and a couple of strikeouts. And Chuck Showalter saying it's what we needed. Great job. You turn it over to the pen, you got a chance to win a ball game.
Yeah, more importantly, that's what Kevin Millwood needed for his confidence, too, was a good start. Another quality start makes the Orioles' 5th quality start in a row. And I tell you what, I think there's a friendly competition going on with these starting pitchers now. See if I can go out there and one-up you, But good to see Kevin Millwood have a good start.
Ty Wigginton leading it off. 6th inning, he has singled, RBI, and struck out.
Well, Adam Jones again with the first one, and then Ty Wigginton, as he's done a lot this week with the RBI single to get in that second run. That's the difference. Floyd, of course, pitched really well. I mean, one slider, and Jason Burkin will be the designated guy to come in.
2 ball, 1 strikeout. Ty Wigginton, a chopper. Will be cut off. Vizquel. And 1 away in the 6th inning. Our show and tell. Here are the numbers now. Granted, it's only been 4 games, but you see how the runs have gone dramatically up, the batting average dramatically up, runner in scoring position off the charts. The team ERA has been reduced by a couple, and the starters' ERA has been reduced by 3. All since Buck Showalter took over. He'll be the first to say, I have no idea, because I haven't done anything except tell the guys, here's an opportunity, show me what you got.
Yeah, they have, too. You know?
Well, it's the principal. The principal is now running the show. Not just your teacher. The principal just came in. Everybody. I mean, what did Adams do? His first interview, hey, you got to watch your P's and Q's. Now, you would like to think you've already been doing that, but apparently you can tell the way they go about their work. That's not the game I'm talking about before. They are watching their P's and Q's, and he's right there behind them. Watching them, yes.
Foul strike. Luke Scott didn't think so on that. Brian O'Nora the call.
Yeah, I think he could.
Yeah, he could be called a strike on that for sure.
But not that emphatically. You make it a call a strike. You just don't have to emphatically call.
That's the way he calls him at the plate.
Give him one of these, kind of, you swung.
Yeah, he was way too into that one.
You could hurt your rotator cuff.
Absolutely.
Getting that emphatic. Well, I could. I don't know about you. You're still, you hurt yours already, didn't you?
Yes. And the label and everything else in there.
Adam ball, Quentin. 2 down in a hurry here in the 6th inning with Gavin Floyd.
Well, he's not messing around. The one thing about when you're on a roll like he is, you're giving up 1.01 runs in your last 11 starts. you're planning on winning this game, and the way you're planning on doing it with the pitch count, at 88, is to hang around for another 2 or 3 innings.
Right.
And he's able to do that because he can get you out so many different ways.
Well, you just see confidence, when you see Gavin Floyd walk around the mound out there. I mean, yeah, he's given up a couple of runs. But I tell you what, he's pitched well. Adam Jones' only ball has really been hit hard. On that breaking ball he got, he hit for a homer.
He's had the home run his 16th, and he has delivered a single, a 2-for-2 ball game. Gavin Floyd, part of a pretty select group.
He really is, and he gets $4.2 million. Maurer gets over 5. Pryor gets over 10, 5-year deal. DeJuan Brazelton would pitch with Tirana, and then Teixeira. Of course, he got a lot too early on, and then he got even more when he went to the Yankees. There's some names in there in the top 10 that Josh Karp of the Expos, Chris Smith, the Orioles. I don't think either got higher than AA. How about John Van Benschoten, the right-handed pitcher of the Pirates, got over $2 million. And then there's a name for you. Colt Griffin was the number 9 guy by the Royals, got over $2 million. That kind of tells you that you don't always. The first 5 were pretty good. Yeah, 4 of the first 5.
Yes.
Some of those other guys.
Well, it's what we've mentioned before, that we come to a day and age in sports, and I wish I could remember what manager was talking this way, but he said, think about this. Guys who have never played a game, thrown a pitch, swung, are now set for life.
That's right.
Based on the first contract they received before they ever play a game. Where's the motivation? It has to come from within for those guys, because from without, they've already got enough money to retire, and they haven't even played. 2-ball, 2-strike count on Adam Jones. Gavin Floyd with 2 down and nobody on. And that one's an inside out to right. Quinton is there. He's got it. 24,929. 24929. Enjoying a real good ball game. I'm Gary Thorne. He likes alligators because he's from alligator territory. I bring along a lobster. That's what I have because I'm from the Northeast. So keep your alligator away from my lobster.
That's right.
Pretty good ball game, huh?
Real good game. Pitchers duel again. MILLWOOD was great for 6 innings. Of course, Gavin Floyd has been outstanding, too. So it's been fun to watch.
Now it's a battle of the bullpen. We saw Birkin come in to try to protect the Arrieta game, one of his best he's ever pitched. He gave up the 3-run home run. Buck Showalter, we learned a little about him. Didn't go to the bullpen, let him pitch the 9th. Orioles came back in a walk-off game. So he will pitch here in the 7th, and it's their bullpen against ours. And, well, maybe Floyd's going to stick around for a couple of innings. And if the bullpen pitches well, another chance to win another game.
And this is what Ben was talking about earlier, about a chance that he went to ask, and to get in trouble, give me a chance to stay in. Birkin the other night got in trouble, gave up the home run that tied the game, and he was not pulled. And Buck Showalter said the same sort of things you were saying.
Yeah, allowed to go back out, and he went out, and he was effective. He did a good job. And that's a big confidence boost for him. The coach let him, skipper let him go right back out and get right into that situation and did well.
And now brings him right back in here. So here we go to the 7th inning, a 2-1 Orioles lead. It's 2-6-0 for the Orioles, 1-4-0 for the White Sox. Kevin Millwood with a chance to be the winner. He is out of there, giving up just the 1 run on 4 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts over 6, and Birkin on in relief.
Yeah, leads all AL relievers, and I think maybe that's why he struggled as of late. 11 earned runs in the last 15 innings pitched after only 8 in the previous 45. So again, if you want to look at what's going on, the Orioles with one of the fewest amounts of innings from their starters and the most from the bullpen, and it catches up with you. He got hurt the other day because he back-to-back sliders, ball 1, ball 2 to Torrey Hunter, fastball, 3-run home run, and then went back to the fastball. So he's got all the pitches. Got a curveball, changeup, slider, and fastball.
Carlos Quentin, the dangerous 22nd home run in this ball game, and Birkin gets him. Great pitch away. He starts it out with a K. Join us again tomorrow. It'll be Game 3 of this 4-game set. Jeremy Guthrie on the mound against Mark Burley. And our coverage on MASN HD will begin at 1 with those extra. Presented by your local Ford dealer, followed by game coverage at 1:30 on MASN HD and WJZ. All the access you need right here on MASN. See you tomorrow night. There's the matchup.
Well, Mr. Changeup, and the best pickoff in baseball against Guthrie, who is just coming off 4 of his best appearances in about the last 2 years. He has been just, we talked about Floyd being lights out. That's what Jeremy's done. Put him in a position to win every time out over against the All-Star break.
Mark KOTSAY has had an 0 for 2. Now he's 1 for 3. He'll make a big turn. Nick Markakis has to play it off the wall. Look out here. Here's the throw. Markakis on the money. And he is out. Nick Markakis does it again. You do not run on the right fielder's arm.
You know, KOTSAY last night, a little controversial as he tried to score on the squibber in a 1-1 ball game. Here, the play's in front of you. Again, you force him to make a perfect throw, but if you know the scouting report, most of the time, nobody. And this is why he should get a Gold Glove. They ought to just put one in his locker tomorrow for Nick Markakis, because he can play the heck out of right field.
Yeah, and we all know he can throw, but it didn't look like KOTSAY knew it. I mean, he's out by a mile right there.
I mean, the only thing was Brian Roberts, who made a tremendous short hop pickup, was going to be able to hold on.
Well, that play not even really close. And like you said, the only thing that was in question, they were going to pick it up and tag him out or not.
But a very big out that is. Now there are 2 down. The Orioles here in this 4-game win streak have been doing that. They've been able to get very important outs in the key moments of the game.
Oh, yeah, you guys touched on it earlier. You know, the Orioles have caught some breaks. Some things have gone their way. But, hey, that's what it takes, you know, to win 4 straight ball games and get back into things. You got to catch a break every now and then.
But I think what it also does, and we've seen it, and we've sat here and talked about it, is that if you are in close games, if you're a defensive player, you're on your toes. You know every play that you make might be the difference between winning and losing. It's a lot easier to focus. I think we've seen that.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's a perfect example right there. Nick Markakis, yeah, you know, if the score's 8-1, he's going to go after it, and he's going to try to do it because he's a terrific player. But when it's 2-1 and you know that you don't want that guy to second, it makes it even more important.
And Ramirez 4 in a row out of the strike zone. So he'll draw the walk. 3rd walk picked up by the White Sox in the ball game, putting a runner on and making the play even more important, and getting KOTSAY at second base. 2 down, runner at first base. Ramirez and Pierzynski coming up. Pierzynski is singled and grounded out. Ramirez has been on a couple of times where he might run, and we'll see whether or not he thinks about it here. Pierzynski has had a 1 for 2 in the ball game, hitting .233 on the season, and a quick snap toss by Birkin.
You see, the White Sox come second in the league, second in stolen bases, but they also lead the league in most caught. And we saw that earlier. Well, it turned out to be an attempted steal, but it was a hit and run. So
turn that one over. And our This Date in History book looks like this. The Big Train, Walter Johnson, 1907. First major league win. He'd pick up 417 total. This is the date in 1978 when Mel Allen and Red Barber were inducted into the Hall of Fame as broadcasters, the first 2 ever. And Shoeless Joe Jackson's bat sold for $577,610 in 2001.
Wow.
A 40-ounce hickory bat, Black Betsy.
Black Betsy.
Believed to be the highest price ever paid for a baseball bat.
I would guess.
I would, yeah.
That's a lot of coinage. And it worked, though. That bat worked.
And it was on eBay. It was a 10-day auction on eBay for that bat. A gentleman by the name of Rob Mitchell, a businessman, 30 years old, bought it. Wow, he's right.
I just don't know about that one.
Well, we have the national anthem played today by a man who plays baseball bats like a fiddle. Probably that doesn't cost $500,000, though.
No.
Birkin struggling right here. 7 in a row out of the strike zone. And he gets that one on Pierzynski.
And AJ saying, why come we're not getting those pitches? He may not say that, but he gave him a look. He might have said it, though.
He definitely said something.
You can see, again, a lot of innings he leads the American League in relief innings, and the numbers are going up because you get tired.
Yeah, I think he said that's not a strike.
He did. You could tell.
Maybe a little bit more with it.
That one is a fair ball down the line. Ramirez going to third. Markakis hustling. Jeff Cox is going to wave him home. Here's the relay throw. Comes from Roberts. Not in time. Play at third. And stayed on the bag. Pierzynski gets a double and an RBI and almost got thrown out celebrating.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he hurt his leg because he might have hit the bag and slid.
He did. He should have slid. Didn't think the throw was going to come down to Pierzynski, and I tell you what, he might have hurt himself ankle or knee over there. That didn't look good. This ball gets hung up down there. Markakis plays it good. Gets it over to Roberts. He throws it home, but no chance there. See, Reeders come up and throws it over to Bell at third. And watch this right there. Twisted that ankle right there.
So a double and an RBI for Pierzynski. This ball game is now tied at 2-2. 33 RBIs for the catcher of the White Sox, the inimitable Herm Snyder, the trainer who's out there, along with Ozzie Guillen. He was watching the play at the plate when he was heading over to third and didn't think a throw was going to come, so a very awkward move.
Yeah, you could see that coming. He didn't think the throw was coming. Should have slid, most probably, but
he's going to come out of the ball game. And the White Sox.
Ramon Castro, one of their backup catchers. We'll see if he'll be the guy that's coming in.
Yeah, he's coming in from the bullpen, looks like.
And remember, again, great pitching staff in the ERA. And you can see Ozzie Guillen not happy because you hope it's not an Achilles injury or a calf, because they take a long time. But, the ERA with AJ, 3.81. So, again, a guy that can get some hits. He just did, and calls a great game. But, if he slides, Benny.
Left ankle, right? You'll see it. There it is. God, that hurts.
So Pierzynski is out of there, and Castro is in the bullpen, so he's just making his way into the dugout now. But this ball game's now tied. So Kevin Millwood has lost his chance to be the winner here. Matt Albers is up in the bullpen as Jason Birkin got a big defensive play from Markakis and Roberts to get KOTSAY in the inning, but the walk to Ramirez and then the double by Pierzynski has tied the ball game up. So Castro will run, 2 down, runner at third base, and Beckham has drawn a walk and lined out will face Jason Birkin. Beckham 3 for 4 off Birkin. 2 down. And that is in there for a strike. So again, the White Sox battling back in this ball game to get the run in here in the 7th. Now the potential go-ahead at third. Beckham tried to hold up, could not. Gary Crawford, the home plate umpire, called him in the swing, 0-2.
Yeah, you can see how good the pitch of choice for Jason Birkin this year primarily has been that slider. And when he's able to get on top of it, and when your arm gets a little bit tired, your body goes. You want to try to throw it harder, but you can't get your arm out in front. Yeah. It gets very flat.
Those last 2 had good tilt to them right there.
I think he went around. Play's got to be made. Wieters gets it down to first for the strikeout and the assist. But a run in as Pierzynski gets the RBI and then leaves the game with looks like a bad ankle.
Highlights, home run number 16, Orioles 1-0. And then Wigginton would make it 2-0 with the RBI singles. Arcakis scoring. 3-1 slider. Quentin, 22nd home run, 2-1. And then after the walk, double down in the corner. AJ PIERZYNSKI going all the way to third on the throw home. Hurts his ankle. Torkin able to get out of the trouble. So MILLWOOD pitches very well. And this has a lot of pitchers lately. They pitch well, don't get the win. Jones, of course, with the 16th home run. Quentin with his 22nd. And Gavin Floyd still saying, I'm out there. I'm good. My pitch count's under control. And he pitched as well over the last 3 innings as he did early on in the game.
Yeah, I mean, his fastball really started bumping up the last couple of innings, up to 94 we saw a few times. So he's still got the 2 breaking balls going, mixing in a little changeup, and he's still got that explosive fastball.
Gavin Floyd has 1 complete game to his credit this year. June 13 against the Cubs. It was an 8-inning complete game.
That was a game where Lilly took the no-hitter, I believe, into the 9th inning.
Yep. So the Orioles find themselves tied up late in the ball game, bottom of the 7th inning, as the fans settle in after the stretch. Felix Pie will lead it off, 1 for 2. He is single grounded out. Matt Wieters has struck out, hit into a double play, and then his Torres, who's 0 for 2, due up in the inning. Strike taken by Pie, draws Vizquel and KONERKO in. Castro now behind the plate.
Well, Ozzie Guillen said, you want to have a good bullpen, you have somebody like Floyd do exactly what he's done tonight.
There's Beckham. Pie is retired, 1 down. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles.
And what he was referring to is just go deep in the game. I mean, they have 4 guys that could close at the back end of their bullpen. And we saw what Tony Pena pitched into his 3rd inning last night, and he's kind of like not even their setup guy.
Yeah, he made some good pitches. See that 3-2 forkball splitter he threw was outstanding.
Relievers are 5th in ERA for the White Sox, and the relief pitchers are 4th in ERA. Starters are 5th, relievers are 4th. Well, both ends of it have done a really good job. 1 ball, 1 strike count, Wieters. Orioles not scored since the 3rd. That was on the RBI single by Wigginton. Like Showalter trying to make it 5 in a row since taking over. The Orioles have been playing these tight games, which is really where they want to be. A 2-1 win last night. 5-4 win against the Angels the night before. A 9-7 win, a 2-run ball game night before that. A 6-3 win the night before that.
Yeah, and if it goes extra innings, they even got a better chance of winning.
Yeah, that's right. Orioles 9-3 in extra inning ball games. A 3-ball, 1 strike count. Matt Wieters. And Matt will take it up high. He's on. Only the 2nd walk surrendered by Floyd, and the other one was in the 1st inning.
Yeah. Floyd's been really good tonight, as he's been his last 11 starts. Got that heavy, sinking, moving fastball.
Yeah, that will get somebody, at least one person up in the bullpen out there, just in case. Pitch count at 98.
Left-hander, can't tell who it is yet.
Probably Matt Thornton.
Definitely a lefty.
Throws up in the upper 90s.
Bunting.
Yeah, you would think this might be a sacrifice, only because, again, Buck Showalter, there is Matt Thornton. He was actually pitching in the All-Star game when the National League came behind Brian McCann, getting the 3-run double on a 98-mile-per-hour fastball. Yeah. He can get it up there.
Does everybody throw 98 now? I mean, the few games that I do watch, it seems like, 97 used to mean something years ago, but now it's like, I saw a game the other night. It seemed like there was 6 different guys throwing 95 or harder,
Well, I think the guns might be a little bit quicker, but they all do have good arms.
I know each generation gets a little bigger and stronger and faster, but my gosh, there's 100 out there, 101, 99. You see it every night by somebody.
The power pitching is back, too. That's what teams are looking for now, the power.
Well, Davey Johnson, when the last time the Orioles won, he says, I want one of those National League bullpens. What's that, Davey? Everybody throws over 95.
That one, a 1-hopper to short. Ramirez. Beckham. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Only 3 faced in the 7th. Gavin Floyd a 2 game. You can text in your vote for the AT&T Player of the Game. The candidates tonight: Adam Jones, home run, his 16th, 2 for 3. Carlos Quintez delivered his 22nd home run of the ball game, and Kevin Millwood a great start. A run on 4 hits over 6. Text in your vote, A, B, or C, to 51862. Birkin's ball game for the moment, as he becomes the pitcher of record, having surrendered the tying run in the 7th. And Gavin FLOYD, the only one who's been out there for the White Sox. And the man you want to get out right here. Juan Pierre stands in. He is 0 for 2 and a walk in the game.
Yeah, this is definitely the guy you want to keep off the bases. So much can happen when he gets on.
And he does. Slashes one into left field. PA up with it. And the managerial wheels will now turn. Coming up.
Yeah, another flat slider, and he was all over it. Again, we talk about tilt. Tilt is, does the ball go down? Does it slide on a tilting angle versus a flat angle? And that one, when you get tired, you get under it. And you think, I mean, it's, you know, Ben, you and I were there. You think, boy, you got to create some arm speed. So I get my body out there. Matt Albers, who struggled in that 9-1 game, which is ended up 9-7 against the Angels.
Juan Pierre's got a 14-game hit streak. He's on at first base, and Omar Vizquel, who can handle a bat, 1 for 3, stands in. Bell will move in. Wigginton, of course, holding the bag at first.
Yeah, you would certainly think they are going to try to get him over and give them the Orioles the out here, because again, if you get a run with their bullpen, I would think Ozzie Guillen's going to feel pretty comfortable.
Yeah, I thought Pierre would steal late in the ball game last night with 2 out, and he didn't.
Long look over, runner not going. Vizquel squares, and will take it for a ball.
And that, of course, can change if they're going to give you the out. And you don't know that, but you got to still throw strikes.
Absolutely.
Because if they give you an out, then you just have to get 2 guys out. Now, they're formidable guys because Rio's on deck with KONERKO behind him. But an out's an out.
Again in at third base. Josh Bell shows bunt, tried, missed it. As home plate umpire Jerry Crawford said he offered at that one. Pierre down at first with the 41 stolen bases, leading the majors. Michael Bourne of Houston leads the National League with 35. Pierre on top of everybody. Again, Vizquel getting the sign. Nobody out. Pierre extends the lead by about a half step.
Did you get those signs from Ozzie to Coxey at third?
Yes, that was
like naked
quick.
gun.
Yeah, I mean, like he was wiping something off his face 100 miles an hour. I mean, that's tough. There, look at Ozzie.
That's the sign right there. So he's wearing his hat.
He tilts the cap.
1 ball, 1 strike count. Runner not going. Vizquel bunting. It's a beauty. Wigginton will see. You see Vizquel waving out at second base like Pierre, go to third, go to third.
Yeah, and I'm going to run back to the dugout. He's going to have to tag me on the way back.
Yeah, that would have been a mistake if he'd have tried to go to third.
Yeah, right here, watch this. Yeah, well, you can only go so far.
Perfect bunt by Vizquel.
Vizquel gets just his second sacrifice, puts a potential tying run down, go-ahead run down at second base. And now Rios with one away. Rios has an 0 for 3 in the ball game. White Sox out hitting the Orioles 7-6 for the moment with the ball game tied up. And Rios will take the pitch for a strike.
Yeah, that's another backup slider.
Yeah. Well, you can see if you're sitting at home, I guess you probably didn't pitch as many innings, but you can just tell that it's just the arm strength quite not there.
Yeah.
And again, lead the American League in relief innings.
Yeah.
And he's not going to. You're talking about a kid that it's a terrific quarterback in high school, and a tough guy. So he's not going to tell him he's tired.
No, he's a competitor. When that arm slot starts to drop just a little bit, that slider flattens out or backs up.
KONERKO and Rios in the top 5 of go-ahead RBIs. Rios up there with a chance right now. Rios, as you would expect, his average with runners in scoring position is a good one at 283.
And he's 3 for 8 with a home run off Perkins.
He has had more chances with runners in scoring position than any other member of the White Sox. Birkin comes inside to him, and a 1-ball, 1-strike count on Rios. And bear in mind, on any base hit, you've got a jetster out there at second base in Juan Pierre.
Oh, yeah. He's going to score.
1-1. That one up the middle, and that's going to be the go-ahead RBI. So Rios gets the single. Pierre scores, and it is 3-2 White Sox.
And again, you get to this point in August, and Burkett is really, Jason's pitched great. The scouting reports are, hey, you know what? He loves his slider, and that's a pretty good one.
Yeah, that's not a bad. Look at the ball. It's on the outside corner. It's not even a strike. It's below the knees, it appears. Does a good job and just drives it right back up the middle.
And that will be it for Jason Birkin as Rios will drive him out of the ball game with the go-ahead RBI and a 3-2 lead. Matt Albers will come out of the pen to work. A runner on, 1 down, 8th inning. Inning and a third with a walk and a strikeout as Matt Albers is on.
Yeah, they brought him in the other night to protect the 9-1 lead, and he hadn't pitched in 5 days, and he wasn't good. 4 earned runs in a third of an inning, and they got 4 hits. So again tonight, hopefully the sinker will be sinking. He's got the curved ball and got a slider he worked on in spring training. Buck Showalter was saying, he doesn't really use his changeup, and I said, well, no, he doesn't. He did more when he was a couple of years ago when he came over, before he came over the Miguel Tejada trade, because he was a starter for Houston.
KONERKO 3-0-1 with runners in scoring position. Stands in. He's got a runner at first base here. And KONERKO will take the sweeping pitch for a ball. He's 0 for 3 in the game, 2 for 7 in the series. 3 runs on 8 hits for the White Sox, 2 runs on 6 hits for the Orioles. Go ahead run for the moment on here in the 8th inning. Matt Albers 1-0. And the throw over as Rios will go back. Thornton has been up a couple of times. Well, you would expect he's going to come on with Floyd now having a chance to be the winner in the ballgame. The delivery runner goes. Wieters sweeps, throws. Got him! Oh, tagged him on the back.
Oh, here comes Ozzie.
And Ozzie will come out to talk about this one.
Said he got him on the rear end. And the throw tails, so that could have happened. And he goes, he got him? Well, I guess he did because you called him out. But again, 24 steals, trying to make it 25. He's been caught 11 times.
Yeah, he really didn't get that good of a jump. Hard to tell right there.
It looks like he might have got him on the arm.
Yeah.
What's that? Right? Nope, can't tell there. Okay, let's see. Brian Roberts out in front. He said he got him on the rear end or the glove. Maybe got the golf glove. The batting glove. Yeah,
the batting glove.
Oh, right here.
Still hard to tell. I don't know if he got him or not.
I don't think he did.
It's Guccione with the call, and it's an umpire's call because even looking at 3 replays, we can't tell. That is a big out.
Yeah.
And now there are 2 down and nobody on.
Another one of those important breaks, maybe they'll pay off for the Orioles later.
Paul KONERKO takes it, and Albers starts him out with a 3-0 count. KONERKO 1 for 2 off Albers. Paul hitting at .303, 27 home runs, and 76 RBIs for KONERKO. 3-0 delivery, and he's taking all the way, and it's there for a strike.
Yeah, he could be a every other day pitcher if he could just come in that pitch right there.
Yeah.
Good sinker, knee high.
92 miles an hour.
Pound it into the ground, just kind of turn around, watch your infielders throw him out.
See if he can throw 2 in a row going right back out there again.
3-1, and he does.
Yeah. It's about feel. I know it took me a while, probably until I hurt my arm to find out that pitching's feel and touch.
This is, you can't do any better than that. Right on the block.
Wieters has now thrown out a couple in the ball game. He got Beckham back in the 5th inning. It's another big one here.
Through 1, through 2. Can he do 3 in a row is the question.
Will he throw 3 in a row? Or will this be a breaking ball?
3-2 delivery. KONERKO swings and misses and tag him out. So a run scores the go-ahead RBI for Rios, but only 1, and it is a 3-2 White Sox lead. Game is out, giving up just a couple of runs on 5 hits. He was effective when need be, even though he did give up the home run to Jones, the first homer off him in 12 games. He hung around long enough to lead with a chance to win.
Well, you see what he did. 7 innings pitched, 2 earned runs. MILLWOOD matched him, but I think that makes 11 out of 12 now. Gavin Floyd's not giving up more than 2 earned runs in the start, so he was as good as advertised and continues his good pitching.
Yeah, so Matt Thornton comes in, all-star for the first time, 20 straight scoreless appearances. That's over 16 innings, second in strikeouts, averaging 12 per 9 innings, 5th in holds. And again, did lose the All-Star game. He said, but you know what? I had a great time. I made my pitch. And he said, you got to respect a guy like Brian McCann. He hit a 98-mile-per-hour fastball. You tip your hat, and the National League will have home field advantage.
He is the hold man for the White Sox, holds the White Sox record for holds with 97. And that will be fouled back by Josh Bell. The left-hander's only 158 off him, right-hander's 267. He surrendered only 1 home run, that by a left-hander, and has retired 71% of the leadoff batters he faces. Bell will foul that one away as well. Josh Bell is flied out, struck out. Roberts and Markakis will be coming up against the left-hander Matt Thornton.
Yeah, when he came over to the White Sox, and that was 2006, Don Cooper said, listen, when you throw that kind of arm, how about strike one? Yeah. And he walked 45 and 57 innings up in Seattle. And he said, you know what, you just don't need to do that. He said, again, what we talked about last night, he said, if you're throwing strike one and you're hitting, then we'll have to make better pitches. But if you're not, how about 95, 96, 7, 8, whatever you throw, and he's got a great arm. Got a good breaking ball.
1-2 delivery, a called strike. Bell thought that was high.
It probably was. 97. He's got a wandering strike zone tonight.
Yeah, definitely a mitt popper. K-zone shows it right at the top. A little above belt high, but maybe a little bit too close to take it. 2 strikes.
That looked like it hit the corner.
Yeah.
So 1 down. That will bring up Roberts. Bryan is lined out, flied out, and lined out again. Both line drives have gone to third to Omar Vizquel. Roberts will go after the first one and fouls that one back.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for the Orioles to catch up to that at 97 miles an hour up high like that.
Yeah, I think the problem for him is you don't want to speed up bats if you read the bat, which is part of pitching. If you throw a breaking ball, it better not be in the zone. There it is.
Got that one inside. One of the things Buck Showalter wants to do, increase this. The Orioles are last in pitches seen per plate appearance as a team. They're led by Roberts, Markakis, Wieters, and Jones. But we've noticed even in the last 4 games that these hitters in particular, and add PA to that list, have started to take more pitches and try and work the opposing starter a little deeper.
Well, you have to. I mean, if you don't get a pitch you can drive with an 0-0 count, why swing it? You can always swing at something on the black, when you get 2 strikes on you. But it's not a pitch you can hit hard.
This is amazing.
This is like Groundhog's Day all over it. I mean, every time.
That's the 3rd line drive. I mean, that's the easiest of the 3 that he has hit to Vizquel.
I mean, he could easily have 3 hits tonight. He's got 3 line drives in a row right to Vizquel. Vizquel has not had to move a step on any of the 3.
And there are a couple of quick outs here in the 8th inning. Nick Markakis, a double, a walk, and he has struck out. He's extended his hit streak to 4. He is the doubles leader in the American League.
Yeah, Markakis can just hit. I mean, he got fooled a couple times last night. 4 hits last night, and got fooled pretty bad, but such a good athlete. He keeps the bat in the hands back and able to loop it and lob it out there a couple times, for base hits.
Yeah, started the winning rally. They're doing exactly that.
Yeah.
For Tony Pena, a great splitter down the way.
He's upped his average to 298. It doesn't wander very far from the 300 mark. Went down to 293. Koji Ueharo's been outstanding. He's warming up in the bullpen.
Yeah, Koji 2 punch-outs last night. Amazes me, I mean, it looks like he's throwing 95 when you watch him, but it's 86, 88, 89, but I guess he Jim, you said it looks like he hides it pretty well and has a little hop to it there at the end, but it's...
Well, you know, Steve Stone, who won the Cy Young, who's doing television for Chicago, he had that kind of foul. He just had a wind-up where when he did, because he threw so many curveballs, the ball just kind of jumped on you. So sneaky. This guy's got, you know what you're getting here.
Yeah, you can hear it. You can hear 95 from up here.
Nick Markakis, second best average by a left-handed batter in the majors against left-handed pitchers against a real good lefty, Matt Thornton. And Nick will fight that one off and hold the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Matt Thornton was talking yesterday. He said the one thing, and it's kind of like what Gordon Beckham, who had to struggle after being Rookie of the Year. He said, boy, when I struggled early, it just makes you realize how lucky you are when you finally get into a rhythm as a veteran pitcher.
Markakis again will fight it off. Coach Showalter saying today how impressed he is watching Nick on a daily basis. He said, I just marvel at his bat control and the swing that he's got at the plate.
Yeah, he's so still. You watch his head. Not a whole lot of head movement right there.
2-2 delivery and a great idea of the strike zone, and it's full, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
That's one of the biggest reasons why he's such a good hitter, hits around 300 every year, is that he doesn't swing in a whole lot of bad pitches. You know, pitches just like that, and that's the key to it all. He's not letting the pitchers expand that strike zone on you.
Matt Thornton with 2 down, nobody on, and a timeout taken at the plate.
He's what you want from a #1 draft choice.
Exactly.
Three-2 delivery to him, and Nick off the fist to center. Rios. He's got it. Thornton retires the side in order. And we're going to go to the 9th. 3-2 White Sox. Is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. And by Green Turtle Sports Bar and Grill. Bring your Green Turtle receipt to the Orioles box office for a buy one, get one free ticket offer for any non-prime gig. With Ben McDonald, Jim Palmer, and with Theo Harris, I'm Gary Thorne. Matt Alpers will stay on the mound. We go to the 9th inning of a 1-run ball game. Quentin KOTSAY and Ramirez are due up. And outside with it. 22nd home run of the year for Carlos Quentin in the 4th inning. He's 1 for 3.
Only batting .235 on the year, but been very productive at .235, 70 RBIs.
He is that big power bat in the lineup JJ puts in the bullpen.
Well, to get your answer, they had all the writers after Jenks blew a save on Thursday. Is he going to be the closer? And I just said, it's up to him. If he wants to pitch well, he can be the closer. Well, he didn't pitch well, so JJ will be in, who's pitching like he did a couple of years ago because he's healthy.
And who was and now may be, again, a closer. 2 ball, 1 strike count on Carlos Quentin. Quinton's just a 200 hitter here in this ballpark in his career. The home run, he got his third here at Camden Yards. Albers with the 2-1 delivery to him, jammed him. Took a hop, Bell's got it. One down in the ninth.
It's a nice pitch by Albert, got in there.
Man, I'll tell you, over the last 3 years, whether he pitches good or bad, the opposition said they like him. And they like him because they look at the radar gun. But when the ball sinks and he throws strikes, I mean, he's a bona fide major league guy that can really help a bullpen.
Well, you saw the 2-0 pitch to Quinton. I mean, he just got that ball right by him. He comes right back in there, 2-1, and breaks the bat. Gets an easy ground out.
That one just bounces on the ground, and ball 1 to KOTSAY. KOTSAY is single last time up, is hitting 4 straight. He's 1 for 3 in this ball game, batting just .229 on the season. KOTSAY up with 1 down and nobody on. Albers will miss outside to him.
Well, we know where KOTSAY can hit it, and that's on the inside middle. I mean, that's where his power zone is. Double, triple last night.
Right. And one of them I don't even think was a strike. It was so down and in. I mean, but he got the head to it, just dropped the head right on it and hit it.
2-0 delivery, that one the other way. PA coming in. 2 away in the ninth. Find the latest gear at the official online shop of the Orioles. You can browse the largest online selection for caps, t-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and more for the whole family 24/7. Get your gear from the official source, the Orioles.com shop. 2 down. ALEXEI Ramirez, single, walk, flied out. He drew a walk in the 7th inning and scored. RBI double PIERZYNSKI, who then sprained an ankle, we think, going into third and had to come out of the ball game. Quinton's had the home run, and Rios has had the RBI go-ahead single. Orioles have the homer by Jones and an RBI single by Ty Wigginton. They've not scored. The O's have not since the third. And fastball's going to miss. 1-1.
That's a good pitch right there. 0-1. Throws that good hard sinker just a few inches in off the plate.
One count. And Ramirez will chop that one foul, and it goes to 1-2. Minnesota's got a big lead late in the ball game over Cleveland, 7-2. Scoreboard time for everybody around Major League Baseball. With the White Sox holding a 1.5 game lead over the Twins. They've got coming up 6 games, 3 at home, 3 on the road against Minnesota. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Another jam shot.
Yeah, what's the latest word? I hadn't heard anything the last couple of days on Justin Morneau with a concussion.
Not good.
Not good?
He's tried to, the reports out of the Minneapolis and the Tribune were that he worked out one day and felt worse the next, took another day off, tried it again, and still has headaches and vision problems. So it doesn't look good. They were worried right away that because of the number of concussions he's had throughout his sports career going back to high school, that this might be as serious apparently as it's turning out to be.
Yeah, playing junior hockey up in British Columbia.
2 ball, 2 strike count. Toronto beat Tampa Bay in the division. Yankees beat the Red Sox. Could be a good day for the Yankees all around. Down to third, and that Bell can't play. And Ramirez is on.
Yeah, hit real sharply, and again, we told you working on your defense, gotten a lot better. This ball's hit very quickly. You got to stay down. See, that's what Mike Bartek was talking about. See how he turned sideways?
Yeah.
And that's what he was doing, and they're trying to get away from that. And, right there, kind of reverted. It's kind of like your golf swing on Sunday when you're trying to win a PGA turn. It usually kind of gets out of control. So this is a rookie.
That ball's almost hit right to him. He doesn't really have to move, but he's right. He took a little hop step and kind of turned sideways.
Well, that's what Bordy was talking about. And that's why you come to the big leagues.
Error charged. So here in the 9th inning, a runner on with 2 down. And Castro's going to get his first at bat. He came on to run when PIERZYNSKI had to come out of the ball game. So we've not seen Castro at the plate, but he's been hot. 358 over his last 17 games. Runner goes, and that's going to be a stolen base.
Yeah, that's all about Matt Albers. Let him get a huge jump. So again, this team's second in stolen bases, so if they see an opportunity, he didn't really get a good jump.
No.
Lost his step. But a big lead.
Big lead. The throws a little bit on the shortstop side. Just enough. Roberts got to reach across and come back, which cost him a little bit of time.
So now Castro an RBI chance, and the breaking ball will miss outside, and he goes 2-0 on Castro with Beckham on deck. Juan Castro in to do the catching, and hopefully Ramon Castro will not have to be the only catcher available for the White Sox. So PIERZYNSKI, they'll be checking to see what his condition is and may need to make a move. Because the one thing you cannot do is travel along with one real catcher.
Yeah. And that looked bad just on the service, that angle, that left ankle. PIERZYNSKI just could be.
Well, yeah, especially if you're a catcher. You're on your haunches. And did play for the Mets, came over last year from the Mets to the White Sox, so he never really has been a regular in recent years. What, 52 games, back-to-back years, 7 and 8, actually a pretty good year. I mean, he can get some hits, 11 home runs and 144. Now, there's Armando Cabina, just called up from the big leagues, or from the minor leagues in Norfolk.
3-1 delivery, and he's on. So the error has extended this inning now, putting runners at first and second with 2 away and giving Beckham a chance. Rick Kranitz is going to go to the mound to talk with Albers, and Beckham will wait. The Orioles try to get this to the bottom of the ninth with only the 1-run difference. They've got Wigginton, Scott, and Jones, middle of the order, due up. Orioles 4-game win streak on the line.
Yeah, and we've talked when Buck Showalter took over the job that the last 2 months are going to seeing about how guys can handle themselves. We saw Birkin gives up a 3-run home run the other night, hangs around, pitches a scoreless ninth, struggled again tonight, but he's looking right here at what Matt Albers does after an error. Because you still want to compete, and again, as you formulate the club for next year, if Matt pitches well, he'll probably be on the club. Because again, the stuff is there, and that's the decisions that Andy McPhail is president of the baseball operations, and Buck Showalter. We got guys that, what did he call them? Pile jumpers, guys that want to be around when you win, up on the pile.
All right, let's see if Albers can work his way out of this. Ramirez, the lead runner. Castro at first. Here's Beckham. Beckham, a shot up the middle, a base hit. Jones coming. Ramirez will score. Throw all the way through in a bad one, and both runners are going to move up.
And then you don't back up home plate. And only one place to be, and that's behind the catcher.
Yeah. Runner at second base, you give him a base hit, you got one spot to be.
Yeah,
that's just backing up. He stood there and kind of watched, see Jones come in and fires when that ball gets by Whittington, by Wieters, and of course Albert's not back there. Both runners move up now. Base hit, scores 2 more.
An inning that should have been over.
Yep.
That's right.
And Beckham delivers, and that'll be his 37th RBI and makes it a 4-2 ball game. All coming after the error, so anything here is going to be unearned. Now 2 in scoring position, and Pierre up. Bell made the error. Juan Pierre will foul that one back.
Well, there's other factors. Adam doesn't hit the cutoff, man, and you get a little unlucky because it hits the side of the mound. But again, if you're behind home plate, everything's in front of you. If you're off to the side like Matt, you just can't make the read and the ball gets by you. And if you get a base hit, you go from being 2 runs down to being 4 runs down. Game over with this bullpen. And managers don't like that are used to winning.
That'll be foul back. The Orioles still very much in striking distance, but a hit right here really be big because you got a chance to get 2 in, and Beckham, the trail runner's got good speed.
Right.
Castro on at third base, Beckham on at second, 2 down. Juan Pierre, 14-game hit streak, a single in the 8th. He scored on the base hit by Rios, 1 for 3 and a walk in the game. Outfield moves in on him in left and center. And a wild cut on a ball in the dirt. Weeder's able to get it and will get the out. But a run in. It came on just one hit, an error. 2 are left on base. Bottom of the 9th when we come back.
Extra post-game. Birds coming up in the bottom of the 9th, and Rick Orioles had a 2-0 lead after 3, but the inability tonight for those add-on runs has hurt.
Well, it really did, but you got it. The story of the night really is Kevin Millwood going out there and throwing 6 very strong innings. Did not give up any runs in the first inning, and Adam Jones with his 16th home run of the night.
So is there any Orioles magic tonight? Heart of the lineup coming up, bottom of the 9th.
The 16th home run of the season.
So the bottom of the 9th, and we'll see, as we expected, the new closer, at least for the moment, as Buck Showalter's team will try and battle back here down 2, and J.J. Putz will come on to try and finish it off.
So let's see. Thornton hadn't given up a run in 21 scoreless outings, and J.J. Putz has given up 2 runs in his last 31 games. Gives you an idea how good the back end of this bullpen. And then Bobby Jens, who was really good from about June to July 15th with 15 straight saves, has been struggling. So you got some options.
Nice to have those kind of options down there, isn't it?
And as Terry Crowley, the Oriole hitting instructor, said, they don't have a bad arm in this bullpen.
Yeah, don't forget about Pena, who last night, throwing 94, 95 with a nasty splitter. That's some powerful arms down there.
Defensive replacement, Andrew Jones, comes into right field for Carlos Quinton. So Putz will face Ty Wigginton in the bottom of the 9th. And Wigginton will take it for a strike. RBI single for Wigginton tonight. He is 1 for 3 in the ball game. The Orioles' 4-game win streak at stake here with the 3 outs to work with. J.J. Putz started, stopped. Wigginton will step up.
Yeah, he was with the Mets last year. He had rib problems in 2008 after having 40 saves in 2007. Got traded to the Mets. Bone spurs, operated on, out much of the year.
0-1 delivers, a strike on the outside corner.
He is a big, strong, power guy. And he's got a splitter to go with that slider and mid-90 fastball. 6'5", 250. That's a big bullpen. I don't think they throw hard. They're huge.
Yeah, that's not going to be fair if he drops the split in the dirt right here. With a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, paints him with a slider.
Down to first base and bobbled. KONERKO, and that's going to be an error. And the Orioles get the lead-off man on in the bottom of the 9th inning.
Well, Putz kind of throws the ball 0-2, kind of up in the zone, right over the middle of the plate. That thing just kind of chewed up KONERKO right here.
Yeah, the game really slows down sometimes on television. But again, you don't have a lot of time to make. It's all about reaction sometimes. And maybe if he takes a step back, it's not a short hop. Plays the in-between hop, and it becomes a tough play. And the Orioles get the break.
4th error of the season, and only the 4th on KONERKO. He will not hold Wigginton. He goes behind him with a left-hander Luke Scott up. Now Scott represents the potential tying run. 1 for 3 in the ball game with a single. And Luke will foul it away. Well, the Orioles get what they needed. They get the leadoff man on and the potential tying run up.
And it really does help you because your whole outfield moves a little bit deeper. Pierre goes a little bit deeper. Rios, Andrew Jones, who came in. And that's what happens, the difference between somebody on and somebody not on. So the error kind of leads into the Orioles' hand.
Orioles have 2 wins where they have trailed after 8 innings this year. The 0-1 delivery to Scott.
And there's a foul tip.
Yeah. The splitter left it up a little bit, but it's off speed. Gets Scott out in front of it just a little bit.
Well, 20 home runs, 16. You saw that graphic. 346, 16 of those home runs right here. And one of the reasons, of course, he could hit the ball as far as anybody. He was probably the strongest guy on this team. And we saw him do it the other night against the Angels. He can take you deep to left field. Left center, certainly within his reach.
J.J. Putz trying to save this for Gavin Floyd. Thornton worked an inning and had a strikeout. Got all 3 hitters. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Luke Scott chasing high heat.
Well, perfectly thrown. You could see Ramon Castro. Well, just check out the glove right here, Ben.
He wants it up. You see him get up off the ground. That's a pitch. We used to throw a lot here. We called it the 5 pitch. You get the old 5 pitch, you throw on your best 4-seam fastball, chest high, right over the middle of the plate.
1 out in the bottom of the 9th, and here is Adam Jones. 2 for 3 in the game, his 16th home run and a single. Right-handers, better luck so far this year. Off Putz hitting only 131 against him. Right-handers, a couple of home runs. Left-handers, 250. And that's one of the reasons right there.
Well, there's we talked about tilt early on. When you get on top of your slider, it doesn't linger in the hitting zone. It just goes from straight down like a Z.
Just disappeared.
Well, it's almost when you're throwing it well and you're that tall. Of course, you know better than I. I mean, I was 6'3.5". He's 6'5". It's almost like you're throwing it downhill.
Yeah. You know, when he throws so hard, you got to get it going as a hitter, you know, and it all looks the same coming at you, and all of a sudden, about 2/3 of the way there, it just starts to disappear on you. Of course, you've already committed to hit it, and it's too late.
0-1 delivery, runner at first, and Jones to second line drive, caught. Held up by Beckham, and there are 2 down. Let's update you on the voting for the AT&T Player of the Game. So far, that's what it looks like. You still have time to text in your vote, A, B, or C, to 51862. The results on the O's Extra Post-Game Show. So 2 down, the error with Wigginton on at first base. Putz is after his 3rd save of the season. He's 2 out of 3 on the year. Bobby Jenks, 23 out of 26. They have had saves from Cart's pitchers this year, 4 of them. And that is going to miss up high. PA 1 for 3.
That's that splitter. Well, I'll tell you, I was watching batting practice today in PA. I'll tell you, he's got some pop too.
Oh, does he ever?
I mean, he hit a couple balls way back there on Utah Street. Had to be short hopping the warehouse back there. He can stretch them out.
1-0 count on PA. Left field, very deep. The air will come in. And this one is in the books. So the White Sox have evened it up as they come away with a 4-2 win. Floyd 8-8 the winner. Birkin takes the loss. He is 3-3. And Putz comes on to record his 3rd save of the year. The final, White Sox 4, the Orioles 2.